Hello, hello, hello. What's all this then? You join us back in Satisfactory. It is Battle Cattle doing Satisfactory tonight. I've completely forgotten what we're actually doing tonight, the actual jobs that we need to actually do. However, this tends to be the case, and then by the time we've decided that we're going to have a look at high-speed connectors tonight, we'll realise that actually there's something else that we need to do, which is completely different. So welcome to Satisfactory. With me, of course, as always, is Vimus, who is streaming over on the multi-Twitch link over there. You can see both of us. But do remember, turn your sound to only one channel because you don't want to hear both of us in two of your ears.
Might drive
might go mad. Raw. Yeah, if you want to follow us on Discord, then you can do. We do share a few things over there, and of course, it's the best way of getting in touch and having chats and things during the week when we're not streaming. So yeah, you can do that. But until then, it's very hot again. So apologies for no cameras and stuff, but there's no way I'm turning the bloody lights on in this heat.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But I have been augmented by a fan this week, and when I say augmented, I have not me personally. I've not shoved it somewhere. That would be rude.
I don't know.
When I was in the menu, I checked my GPU temperature.
Yeah,
70 degrees. Now I'm in game. 64.
See, we've always said this game's cool.
Yeah.
That's very good. The menu's really badly optimized.
The menu is very badly optimized, yeah. So yeah, as well as doing this, I think we'll have a hole. That's what's going on right now.
Medium-sized hole.
It's a
nicely done, CJ. Good evening.
Yeah. Hey, CJ. As well as holes, we'll probably be having a chat about Experimental, which is released last week, and I think we've all had a little go at now.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun to talk about.
There are pictures in Discord.
I love the new lighting. It's brilliant. It's client specific as well, isn't it? So you turn it on if you want to use it, and turn it off if you don't. Yeah, that's fine. So,
otherwise, my laptop would melt.
It doesn't already. Yes. Crabs, says CJ.
But yeah, but our new storage looks absolutely beautiful with global illumination turned on.
It does. Go check out the Discord.
I have been playing with it a little bit, but I haven't been on very long because it's just been too hot.
The ceiling lights are currently broken.
Yes.
Explain about that in a second. Before we do, Andy's arrived in chat. Good evening, Andy.
Oh, hi, Andy.
Hello. Do you not see the massive difference between how much light signs give off and lights give off?
Oh, yes. I think the contrast is quite severe. It's a melt top, yes.
There is another problem.
Top, not a
there is another problem with Experimental, and if you're in any sort of, let's call it God mode, the new advanced settings and things that you can turn on and off. If you decide you want to just have a play and you turn on the no power thing, you can't do custom lighting setups.
Yes, you can.
Because every time you attach a thing to it, then the light turns on. So you can't add in power banks and stuff.
You use the light switch and switch them off.
I used a light switch, it didn't work. As soon as I attached the thing to it turned.
It'll be fixed by the time we get to it.
My example, I was turning that light on and off using the power switch in the light switch settings. There's a standby button on the bottom right.
Ah, right. It's in the settings. I was trying to do it with an actual power switch thing. So.
No. There's an
that's what I wanted to do, to play around with some lighting. You see.
In the light itself.
So if you want to do that on your world, then you have to go and actually build a power system to be able to play around with lights. So
you shouldn't.
Not a bad thing.
Now, I'm trying to think.
I did all of mine without one.
We'll talk more about that in a minute. We'll just get started on. We'll get started on what we're doing this evening, and then we'll talk more about Experimental.
Find a task.
An update 8.
I can't remember where we were. We got to.
Well, I can tell you where we got to.
Yeah.
Last week, one of the things we obviously did a bunch of these factories. They're running. They've got inputs and outputs, which is lovely.
We've got silica going on. We finished this last top. Is it this circuit board was at the top? That was the last thing we had to do, wasn't it? Before.
Well, the aim was to create at the bottom down here in the big machine. We're doing the high-speed connectors, which are now being generated.
Going, aren't they?
They're not going in. Yeah, they're being created. Which is lovely. And at the end of last week,
we looked.
Well, we looked at what we're going to use them for. And we had a look at computers and supercomputers. I had to pause there, obviously, for a certain.
Because it's funny.
Well, supercomputers. Oh, sorry, I can't.
Computers.
Keyboard, I blame you. Yeah. So we are generating. Yes. There are a few things that we need to make sure, because we were generating these and we went, oh, hold on a second, what are we going to do with all this stuff? Because we were going to switch off some factories and actually went, no, we can't do that.
Because they are tied into so
Other
many
things
other
that we're
things.
making.
Yeah.
It's the the computers and stuff.
Well, yeah, if we go upstairs, not upstairs, further up than that, is there another machine on top? Yes, there is. So these machines are up here that are making circuit boards. That's the one. Circuit boards, we're consuming completely in theory.
Yes, because they're
with
going straight into
our
high-speed
high-speed
connectors.
But circuit boards elsewhere are being used still.
Yes.
So we can't turn off their factories, it seems.
And not unless we increase this and then plug the resulting output into the thing. We haven't really
Yeah.
thought about that, have we?
Well, I've got on a little notebook here a whole load of things that were consuming quartz.
Right.
So, and other stuff, and it includes. Oh no, that's right. We were talking plastic at the end of last week
We did
That's
start
what
to
we were
talk plastic
talking.
at the end of last week, yeah.
because we have a plastic factory making 600 plastic, and we wanted to know if we had enough spare plastic to continue making some other things we were going to use plastic for. I
Yes.
believe.
Mm.
Because I've got written down here 600 plastic, 24 batteries, 180 circuit boards, 180 computers, 105 supercomputers, and 240 something else. But
105 supercomputers.
I think what that is a quantity of something being consumed. Yeah, there's an autosave happening right now. So let's just go and quickly check what those things were, because I think it was all to do with the plastic production. Because after high-speed computer connectors, we really wanted to move the supercomputer and computer factories over here as well. But there are other things associated with that, like the circuit boards we're generating are not enough now, which is annoying.
Yeah.
We're here to have a look. So did everybody try update 8? Aaron, did you have a shot at it, or did you not risk it?
I didn't, because it means swapping profiles on Steam and re-downloading the entire game twice.
Steam is a bit of a pain when you actually want to do stuff like that.
It
But
comes to multiple versions, yeah.
yeah.
Oh well.
Right, yeah, I was right. It was a plastic consumption chart I'd have got written down.
So does this mean we need more?
Don't tell me you got plastic, because that.
No, that's what
factory-
No,
I
no,
thought
we
we.
were saying
I,
we didn't.
exactly how much plastic we have.
So,
and
got
which
600.
way it would be.
yeah. How much are we using?
We're using, one second, I'm just going to put it into the calculator now. 489.
Okay, so we don't need more plastic. That's fine.
We've got well, the question is what we're going to use the high-speed connectors for, and therefore do those things need more plastic?
Well, that's possible. I mean, we've only got 111 spare.
And I think we worked out that we were going to reconsume some of the plastic and we'd be okay. Because when we move these factories across, but I'm not entirely certain. So
I do like those figures, but mostly because it goes 111, and that's it. There's no other reason.
There is a way to build a much more efficient factory up here, but
what the plastic one?
You can
Yeah.
say that about every other factory that we've built, though.
Yeah.
there are alternative recipes that can make a lot of plastic.
Well, let's see. Well, okay. I suppose the next thing is
that's going to be a big rebuild.
yeah. Well, we're going to probably end up doing it. But should we have a look at computer and supercomputer recipes and alternate recipes and see if we
I
can
mean,
do something
this
with
would be
those?
the next. I mean, it's not the next thing because we haven't looked at motors and copper sheets and stuff like that. But
That's annoying.
So this plastic is very versatile.
Well, it is. But I'm just looking at the computer recipes, and my concern is the circuit boards.
yes, I know exactly what you mean.
And we did talk at one point about making an alternate recipe crystal oscillator
yes.
using AI limiters. because that was the other factory I think we made. So high-speed, I think, wasn't it AI limiters and high-speed connectors were the two that we were making, the factories?
We talked about AI limiters, but we hadn't actually gone, yes, let's put them on the list.
Let's commit them.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
You already done that.
Yeah, we've made the factory. I believe we're using 2 lots of the wire.
Yeah, because I think we've got.
That was the first factory we made, I believe, after we'd made the Caterium wire stuff.
We're still using all this. We're still using all this Caterium and Quickwire over here as well, aren't we?
We are, yes. Yeah, exactly.
Bum.
So we have spare.
We have spare.
So making this the AI limiters down here.
Yeah, over the far side. That's the big. That's the one. That's the one nearest the Quickwire factory, isn't it?
Oh, is these the ones that need to come out then? I'm at the old one.
You're at the old one. Yeah. So let's go and double check, because we made 2 outputs from our Quickwire factory. One ultimately has become high-speed connectors, and I believe the other one was AI limiters.
I'm at the old Quickwire factory.
Okay. I'm flying back towards the other one, so we can just double check.
Don't need anymore.
Hopefully not. Let me just double check. Well, the reason I say that is because if we're going to go crystal oscillators with AI limiters, we might do. Because we have some spare quartz.
So it's flying stuff at the moment, but.
Just go in here. And this factory is making what? Yeah, there we go. So we've got a backed up factory generating AI limiters. So the old factory probably shouldn't come out, as long as we get AI limiters going to wherever they need to go.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things.
Check we've got, and I mean, like you said, this is backed up, but can we check that we've got enough to cover the thing if the old factory goes out?
They need to be connected up to supercomputers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we use them for smart splitters as well. That's about it.
Yeah, they need to go to storage.
They do. Well, there's one thing we could do then. Let's run them into storage, if we can.
Well, you also need to get them over to the supercomputers as well.
Yes, so get them on the road, get them into storage. So
on the road again.
Yeah, exactly. There they are. They're not set up for an output at all at the moment, so there's no output on that factory whatsoever yet.
Yeah, so we haven't actually finished it.
No, that factory was never completed. Also, the high-speed connector's not on the road either, so both of them need to head back. But if we're going to build replacement factories over this side, there was no. That might be what we haven't done it yet.
High-speed connect. Alright, so the high-speed connectors is what Quickwire is going to over here as well.
Correct. So I think the high-speed connector factory, we also need to.
She's then also supplying the supercomputers.
Can you do a check for me? Because I've forgotten what the easiest way to do this is. What things use high-speed connectors? Is it just supercomputers?
I'd have to open up the wiki to do that.
Bugger. There's our high-speed connectors. We're using that recipe with silica there. I do actually have the production planner open because I was doing that bauxite calculation earlier, but.
Official Satisfactory. What do you want? High-speed connectors?
Yes, what's it used for?
Crafting recipes, usages, homing rifle ammo, supercomputers, automated wiring, electromagnetic control rods, radio control units, double wall connectors Mark III. It's a Mark III power. A lot of them are alternative recipes. The only ones that definitely need it are the homing rifle ammo, which we haven't really built. It's been using the turbo ammo.
Yep.
And
Ramrod, good evening.
Hey, Ramrod. How you doing?
Default crafting recipes. There are building recipes as well, but obviously with Mark III power. But
Here we go with the. Well, why don't we try? Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look and see if we can do maybe computer and supercomputers over here, and then work out what we need to give them, and see if we can get that sorted. Probably work, wouldn't it?
Isn't that kind of what we need high-speed connectors done for?
Yeah, so they're done.
But okay, they're not ticked off on the list.
Well, they're done, but we haven't put them on the road yet, and we haven't sent them back to the old store. We haven't plumbed them back into the old system.
Right, so computers.
Yeah.
Circuit boards, cable, plastic and screws.
Don't say... You said screws, didn't you? See,
You're not allowed to say screws.
well, we did talk about potentially using the crystal oscillator recipe.
We did.
Because we can use...
That was why we were looking at ports.
Yes.
It was. And also the AI limiters.
That's one of the
AI
reasons we were
limiters
looking
going
at
to make-
quartz. We
But we
were
need rubber
also
for that as
looking
well.
at quartz because of
I reckon
the
we need to go over
silica we've
to
got here.
Really?
just north of the swamp.
Yeah.
Set up a train to bring quartz back here. Because it's halfway across the map.
It was like train.
Yeah, that'd be excellent.
I think that would actually be a really good use for train.
Well, we've got a bit of spare quartz at the moment, but yeah, it wouldn't be a bad shout. Ramrod says something else he's discovered in update
A
8.
new feature.
He has a new feature, 5-degree rotation for beams and pillars. You do know that that means that people are going to start putting things 5 degrees out of where they need to be, and people are going to go going mental.
My download is pausing your stream.
No.
Oh, typical.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Download's more important, mate.
Did you have anything from Virgin Media this week, by the way, then?
I've not heard anything obvious, no.
I
Why?
had a thing that they said we're gonna your internet's not gonna work this week. It's not worked
Helpful.
yet, but I was just wondering if you'd had the same thing.
No, I had another good one, which the other week, which I haven't dealt with yet, which is
Yeah.
your electricity meter's going to stop working.
Oh yes.
That's fun.
Well, it's kind
We
of like
briefly
my
talked
house.
about that last week because we think it might be because of the 3G 4G thing, right?
Yeah, I haven't fixed that. Yeah, I haven't sorted it out
3G
yet.
switch off.
Yeah.
Or 2G network. Yeah.
Yeah. Pain
Switch
out.
off.
Well, yeah, that would be cool. It's going to cause headaches with people with OCD, though. That is, because they're going to be like, it's 5 degrees off. No.
Yeah, it's probably synced from the engine, just the default rotation's changed and they've left it.
Probably, yeah. So I suppose we need to work out how we're going to divvy up our high-speed connector output. Are we going to give it all to supercomputers? Are we going to leave 10% of it for other stuff? What's a nice number, I suppose?
What were you doing on top of Amazon?
Amazit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Train.
Well, we did actually. We're going to put some kind of posh structure on top of it with those legs,
Well,
and then
yes, we were going
we
to. and then
paused,
We sort of stopped.
Yeah, nothing really happened with that.
and then we made a suggestion that brought giggles up, but we haven't really executed on it yet, which was maybe put the space elevator up there.
Well, I've got parts for a space elevator.
But we haven't built a structure to place it on yet. And besides,
yeah,
we
it
thought
does
the
need
train
a-
station was going to change because,
It will.
well, I just don't know how it's going to
It
alter.
doesn't matter, as long as you just need to put a roof up here.
Yeah. That'll be
You
it.
just need to
Yes, because the
copy-
train station's not going to be as high as those columns. So if you wanted to,
No,
if you
we'll
wanted
put
to
something
build
up
a
there. Take off that corner thing.
roof
That-
around those columns.
That's a lot of
and then-
download, Ram. Ram's like, he's downloading on 100 meg download, but he still has connection issues. That's because you haven't put any limitations on that 100 meg download, dude. You need some kind of percentage filtering on there. Some traffic shaping, no less.
There's a space elevator, it does, technically. Bit.
Yeah, we were going to put it on the
Yeah.
pillars.
Raise it up, make it higher.
4 gig to go. Be back later. No worries, Ram.
See you later.
Well, you watch this on your phone. You're going to build a space elevator again. Do we need one?
We don't need one, but it's there.
All right. Okay. We can always
You can
move it
see
later.
it from anywhere on the map.
Yeah, this is
You
fine.
know which way to head.
Well, to be fair, you can see
True.
Gerbil's construction.
You can, yes. If you can get to one of his pillars, you can man tube anywhere, or human tube anywhere.
As long as you know which direction you're going in.
There he comes.
Which is why you want the space elevator, to know which direction to go in.
There he goes. And clunk, clunk, it's in place. It's back. I miss it.
So, how many high-speed connectors are we currently consuming to make
Oh, generating.
computers consuming to make computers and supercomputers?
We've got it's
You're not
supercomputers,
making
isn't it?
many at the moment.
We've got 2 factories making supercomputers. With the standard recipe. So, wrong one. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button.
Remember to expand up.
And we're consuming 52.5 plastic a minute. So we're generating not a lot. We're consuming 11 and a bit. 11.25
per minute.
Per minute, which is nothing really.
3,
Oh,
6, 9.
yes,
Okay, so it's
5.625 per minute.
It's one of those
it's
annoying ones.
just under 4 machines. The rest of our high-speed connector factory is going spare then.
And we're doing, you're pleased to know.
So basically, that's a fourth of our output. It's less than a fourth of our output.
Well, we're outputting 48. We're outputting 48.
It's 3 a minute per
We
machine,
could
isn't
probably
it?
double up our
Supercomputer production.
Oh, but then that uses all of our plastic that we have left over.
But
Plastic again. We're going.
But then that's the whole point about looking at the recipes, isn't it?
Is the oscillator a different option?
So if you go to supercomputers and you go...
Both of them are a lot of work, whichever is. If you want more plastic, it's a lot of work. If you want
Yeah, that's why you
quartz,
try not to.
it's a lot of work.
Quartz is probably easier. We've got spare quartz.
Not
a lot.
It's getting a lot. If you want to get a lot of quartz, it's a lot of work. Because there are a lot of nodes over that area.
Well, actually, you can help with one other thing then. You've looked at high-speed connectors in the wiki. Can you look at the AI limiters as well? Because if we choose to do the oscillator version of that, it will use a lot less quartz. Like shitloads less quartz.
AI limiters.
So we could try the alternative recipe for a super.
Electromagnetic control rods and supercomputers. Nuke nobelisks if you want to make those. There is an alternative recipe for crystal oscillators.
That's the one I was thinking of, yeah.
And then the rest is building.
So if we went, so supercomputers, and what was the nuclear thing?
Nuke obelisks.
Oh no, there was a thing in the middle which also we make.
Electromagnetic control rods.
That's nuclear, isn't it?
Well, yeah, they go over to nuclear area. Yeah. Stators and AI limiters make those.
So we're not going to make nuke obelisks other than by hand, are we? Because we're never going to use them.
I don't. Oh, are you going to be carrying encased uranium cells by hand?
Yeah.
That's a fair point. I may make a temporary area for generating those. Just like.
I can't see us needing to make them.
No. So I'm going to leave those to one side. So that leaves us with supercomputers and electromagnetic control rods. Is that correct?
There is a downside that they leave radiation on.
Right.
The default recipes are supercomputers and electromagnetic control rods.
Yep.
And then the alternative recipe is the crystal oscillators. And the rest is all building more equipment.
So if we look at, if we take the supercomputers as a target, and say just double the output, for instance, so go to 4 machines.
More of these weird things.
Uh-oh. 4 weird things. What weird things? What weird things?
Top of Amazon. So you've built a weird thing.
Yeah. That
to make
weird...
it
That was
flat
work in
again.
process. You don't need to do that. It's up to you. Just
Ari's trying to find something interesting to do. And putting the UFOs on top of the pillars is part of it. I don't know if we're going to keep them or not. I think we kind of turned around and said they started out okay and they didn't finish okay because we ran out of parts that actually could
we ran out of time because we wanted to get on with other stuff as well.
Yeah.
So they,
You just
there's a
find
reason.
way
We,
of converting those pillars back to flat again easily.
there is a way. There's a
Yes,
there's
that
a
was-
there's
that-
a
yeah.
ramps,
It was about
upside down
that, yeah.
ramps, and things will do it.
So if you look at supercomputers, and what I'm trying to work out is how many, if we're going to make supercomputers, how many AI limiters they'll consume, and how much does that leave for other things, other activities.
Supercomputers, AI limiters, each one uses 3.75 a minute.
And how many AI limiters are we making? We're making a lot more than that, aren't we?
Yes.
So at the moment we're using double that.
And
What are we using double that on? Is it? We're making double that, or we're using double that?
Yeah, we've got 2 machines making supercomputers.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
And we're making. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4 is 16. So we're doing 16 b5 is 80. So we're making 48 high-speed connectors and 80 AI limiters a minute.
80 AI limiters?
I think so, yeah. Unless we downclocked anything in here, did we?
Okay.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't, not there.
No,
Yeah.
we're doing five a minute and there's 16 machines. I can count, can't I?
I've no idea. I can't count, so it's a terrible thing to
I
ask.
can't
me.
dance, that doesn't matter.
Are you Phil Collins?
I'd feel like Colin sometimes.
I wonder what the genesis of that joke was.
Hey! Run out of gag with that one, sorry. Gag tennis, I lose. Right. Because looking at the supercomputer recipe in the
Just
system.
take a look at us now.
Oh! I didn't realise that was a thing. Oh.
Oh, you
Now
found
that's
something
an
interesting?
change.
I've done the thing.
Have you done the
ooh.
thing? Let's have a look.
Turned one key into flat.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, there you go. Straightforward.
Handy, yeah.
That works. But you had to do it in such a way as it lines up with the floor downstairs.
No, you
Why?
don't.
Why?
So a wall
Because-
will line
because
up
he's-
below and above. And the
Oh,
floors will match
I see what
perfectly.
you're doing. Right, yeah.
That's why it was shaped the way it was, but I don't know if that lines up or not. It took ages to get. No, wasn't it? Just getting the orange bit in the right place, and that was it. Done. Just don't delete the orange bit. I think that's what it came down to. Anyway, doesn't matter. You do what you want. Honestly, you can muck about as much as you like.
Okay.
Make some kind of cool platform to stick the thingy on.
Just don't delete the orange bit.
It might help you to keep it. Might not. Recipes. Sorry, I just noticed something about recipes that was interesting to me. It may not be interesting to anybody else. In the alternate supercomputer recipes,
Yeah.
there is one that includes. It gets rid of AI limiters.
Yeah, I
which may not
mentioned
sound
that
like a good
earlier.
plan. But it uses AI.
Both the alternative ones. Get rid of
Yeah,
them.
but it uses electromagnetic control rods.
So it
so
uses
you-
the AI limiters.
Exactly. So what you could do is actually route all your AI limiters plus without the spares. You might, depending on what you want to do, just to electromagnetic control rods. Can't speak. If it's more efficient.
If you looked at what else is needed in that recipe,
I have. There's batteries and more copper.
batteries.
Which use plastic.
I know it's
Oh,
a
bollocks.
yeah. I quite like the alternative recipe one.
No, they don't have to use plastic.
I'm looking at that now.
I know it would cause us problems because, well,
It's got water.
welcome to our world. But
Yeah,
Oh,
it
you wanna use a
outputs
blender?
water. Then,
yeah,
No.
but
Whoa.
then what do you do with the excess water? You have to get rid of the water.
No. The cooling system one he's talking about, isn't he?
yeah, the cooling system one.
The one with the radio control units, which we haven't rebuilt yet.
No, I'm
Those.
talking about battery recipes.
Oh.
The one that doesn't use plastic.
Yeah, the
Fuck.
plastic, the other one would give us water, which we'd have to package up and sink, presumably.
We reuse somewhere else. I suppose.
Which would therefore use plastic.
Yeah,
Well, we know what we'd do is actually you'd
Oh,
reroute
you'd
it.
use the steel casings, the steel
Yeah.
recipe.
Which
Use iron and coal.
Oh shit.
what?
Well, I'm looking at this is where the mine bet. This is why we need a spreadsheet thing or the production planners that you get on the website, because
everything
radio
needs
control
to-
units can also use either high-speed connectors or circuit boards.
Oh, okay.
But I quite like the idea of that recipe. It
Crystal
simplifies
oscillators
it.
come back into it as well.
They do, yeah.
Everything cycles around this area.
There is
This
It
is
a
why
does.
cat
this
amongst the pigeons.
This is why
here.
from this part on, the
gets
factory is
complicated.
such a mess and complicated.
We basically made enough things to make one of everything, and then worried about the rest of it later. I
And
mean, for example,
nothing runs at 100% efficiency towards the end.
how are we making cooling systems right now? Because we brought in, is it nitric acid in that one?
Well,
or
hang on,
whatever
wait.
it's called?
Are we making cooling systems right now? What are we?
Yeah,
using
we are.
those
Yeah.
for?
We're using heat sinks. If you go back to the road, right at the junction where our little offshoot is right there. So if we
Oh,
fly
right,
along, there's
okay.
3 blenders.
They're fused
Oh, they're going in the
two of them are-
blenders. Oh, okay.
Two of them are fused module frames. One is using nitrogen gas, water, rubber, and heat sinks.
Yeah, because I knew we had nitrogen gas coming in there. Yeah, it's because we got the heat sink production's in a really stupid place as well. It's really annoying.
Well, then
Oh,
that's
yeah.
something else that we need to rebuild, surely.
Yeah.
Well,
it is.
it's,
All
it's,
this
this
bit is.
whole half of the factory needs rebuilding at the moment.
What we need to kind of work out
All
is
of
how
this is
efficient.
so interlinked with each other. It needs its own spreadsheet.
I'm
It's
still
what
up
it
for
needs.
taking the whole lot down and starting again.
Well, that'll be update 1.
Yeah, possibly.
Taking this all
No,
down
no.
is
I mean, so
like-
you take it all down. So you're still at the same tier level and everything. You've still got the basics,
Yeah. I know
but
what you mean.
you plan your factories out to be more high
Ramrod's
end.
returned, dude. You've walked
Well,
into a
we can
brain
do
fart.
that. We can do that now with update 8. We can just unlock everything.
Yes, that's
It's-
true. That's true.
We can just do a save. We can do a save with the
Oh,
mods.
God.
And just try and build the
Unlocked.
most efficient factory that we could.
Well, I mean, the first thing I'd do is I'd use the global grid because it's a global grid now.
Yeah.
Although it will still be off slightly everywhere, which is really annoying. 'Cause it's only a
You know
high.
what else is off slightly?
My dinner? No, what?
In between
Yeah,
these
that's
two
fine.
pillars.
I think I
Oh,
am
don't.
actually in this heat.
How far up? That's perfect. I don't know what the distance is like. Yeah, they're not meant to be. So that weird contraption aligned it, I thought, but let's not worry about that for now.
I'm not sure it does.
No. What I want to do is I want to take a map, go to every single node, overclock every single node on the map, and then worry about everything else later. But I'd do that.
Okay.
Just
But that's
building
only if I was in God mode.
zero in that save.
Now,
Oh, good.
this is why. So where I'm at the moment with this is that's why I thought we'd just move supercomputers and computers for now, and then it'll cause
Yes.
consequences,
Exactly.
and then we can work, and then we can fix the consequences. It's just no. Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. But we need to use a computer recipe that doesn't involve circuit boards. Would be ideal.
Is that even possible?
Computer recipe,
no.
not a.
No, all 3 of them use circuit boards.
Minimal circuit boards, then, if that's the case.
Well, I
would
mean,
be-
the least amount of circuit board is alternate 1,
And it does look
which
like it,
is quick wire and.
yeah. Rubber.
Well, actually, no. Is that right? 'Cause
No.
that's
No, the
26.25.
cheapest,
No,
the
the
cheapest one is Crystal Computers,
yeah,
Is it?
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
not the Criterion Computers.
Which is what we talked about doing. I think we should try it. I don't know. Brother Death arrives in chat as well. Good evening. Criterion computers is less. Yeah, I mean,
It says it only needs 7 per
0.5.
recipe, but if you look at how many it makes, it only makes
Yeah.
1 compared to 3.
Alternate
So it needs
alternate
20
recipe
It needs 26.25. Well,
Yeah,
the
it
other
does.
one needs 7.5.
7.5. Yeah.
yeah. How's me?
They've got very similar output rates.
I'm doing fine, Brother Death. Well, I say fine. I'm generally quite tired all the time, but tonight I'm okay. Not so bad at the moment. I've rested a lot of the day. The rest of the gang are okay, are we?
Hot.
Hot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, actually. It is warm over here. It is very much warm over here. How are you, BD? Hopefully no disasters befallen you in recent times. Did you watch the? Are you an F1 man? Did you go and watch the race? I know you're in that country. I can't see you close. You're in that country somewhere. That is crystal oscillators. They make 1 per minute. Yeah. So the crystal oscillator thing, Ramrod. The pause I was having was better use of AI limiters. So we're thinking about doing that recipe because it reduces the amount of quartz. Actually, slightly more quartz, isn't it? Shit. Ooh. Oh, that's ugly.
They make 2.8125 per minute according to the.
They make more crystal oscillators for less quartz. No, they don't. Yeah, they do. No, they do. What, you generate, you use 0.75 more quartz, but generate 0.875.
Oh, you're looking at crystal oscillators.
Sorry, yeah, I'm trying to balance it in my head. I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, the alternative is better, but
it's better consumption of crystal.
it uses AI limiters.
Yeah,
you know what we really
that's
need?
what I was getting at.
You know what, more than anything else, we need a spreadsheet that we can all log into and then stream so that we can all see what we're talking about as we're doing this.
Brother Des says at the moment I'm fucked off, but no, I didn't watch the Montreal race. Well, hopefully we can keep your temperature down. That's a lot of copper sheets, says Ramrod. What, in the AI limiters thing? Is that right? Oh, no, right. So, the starting point for this, to be clear, is we've got an output of 80 AI limiters and 48 high-speed connectors. We're trying to work out the best way of using them. This stuff over here will get deleted, so the resources that were in here will eventually get reconsumed somewhere else by other recipes. We're not quite sure by which ones. So it's a bit consuming.
Yeah, this needs to be planned out properly.
So in the meantime then, should we go into something more interesting then? Something else that's interesting. If we can't work it out right now... Actually, you know what we haven't done for a few weeks?
In inverted commas.
Yeah, we should fix it.
Should we go see what Ari's fixes?
Well, actually I was going to suggest to Mr. S,
Yeah.
you know what we haven't done? We built all these factories,
so many
we haven't
things.
styled them out.
We haven't styled them out, that's very true.
Yeah, I think we're tidy up. Make things look a bit better.
They're a little bit bare bones right now.
There is
yes,
also...
it was Red Bull.
There is also motors as well.
Oh shit! Oh balls, yes. Autosave, by the way. And I've got in copper. Why have I got copper sheets, Ari? The other thing I was going to say was we need to check out how many.
Yes, because it's not copper sheets. It's the copper sheets that in the Ari factory that we're looking at, or we're meant to be looking at.
Well, the other thing was the electromagnetic control rods. I wanted to see if we can migrate the entire production into our current AI limiter supply.
Okay, we can do that.
That should be easy enough to do because that's all an Ari stuff, isn't it? So Ari, I assume you built it to be precise. Is that correct?
Built what to be precise?
The electromagnetic control rods.
Yes, that was precise.
Excellent. Max got another seasonal tear. Max, he drove well. He drove easily, I think is the right way description.
This is quite epic, actually. It's pretty high considering the rest of our buildings that we stand on.
Yeah.
You can see the little fly thing underneath us.
Are you on that? Are you up there? Are you?
I'm just up visiting, seeing what Ari's doing.
This is rather cool. I'll go up there. I'll pop up the stairs as well. Let's have a look. It was like that, but I think to be fair, there's. If we're lucky, we might get some competition for it at the end of the season. Halfway, if we get really lucky. It's just a lid right now, isn't it? I can't fly up to it. It's not. I can't. Oh Christ! The dude's here. I'm on the dude. I'm flying away with him. No.
Seeing a lot of news stories about who's moving where and things.
I'm just ignoring them all.
Speculations
that time
of
of year,
who's
isn't it?
moving where.
Oh, it's hilarious. Really? Oh, things really are not lined up, are they?
No. I've taken a wall up from down the bottom and just brought it up to get this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Platform.
I understand that. That makes sense.
No.
We have to go higher. You'd have to go higher and it eventually will line up, but it'll take a while to sort it out. You don't watch sports programming? Okay. That's fair enough. Not even the NHL. Being in Canada. Surely you watch it in Canada. Let's go and find these electromagnetic control rods, because I think That would be quite a nice thing to understand. I'll find them first. Somewhere in amongst these oil rigs.
Oil rigs.
Well, they're going up giant footprints. Harry went giant footprint crazy.
I think it looks great. I'm all for giant footprints.
Giant footprint. Lift the main lid 1 meter, easy fix. Yeah, makes sense. There you go.
Yeah.
Ramrod suggested 1 meter lift.
On what?
The foundations are up 1 meter.
I found the
Then
copper
they'll be
sheet.
floating.
They will be floating.
Yeah, it's half a meter that it's out by. Just because it's because of the diagonal. It causes.
Yeah, it does. You can
It's
actually
not
line it up.
half a meter.
No, it's
a partial meter.
Yeah.
So you got to make it a full meter.
It's
You
like
got to kind of stretch
You
it.
can't because of the way diagonals work.
I mean, I knew because it was all over YouTube. I knew if you say, right, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I watched the basketball this year. I don't normally get the chance, but our TV programming actually allowed us, which was rather nice. So it was good fun. Right. Ari's AI Limited Factory.
You found it?
I have. I'm hovering above it. It is the first of Ari's structures. The nearest one, funnily enough.
Oh, I've gone the wrong way. I must have missed it completely. Anyone see the Grand Tour over the weekend?
Yes. Gears in chat as well.
Hello
Satisfying
there.
20 frames a second gameplay, yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah, well, sometimes it glitches a little bit for me, yeah. Yeah, I did watch the Grand Tour. It's worth watching.
I enjoyed it.
recommend
I thought it was.
Yeah.
What is
it
your
was good.
FPS values?
I've no idea how to tell. Because I don't
Open
know how
the
to get to command line. I don't know how to do that.
The button underneath escape.
Oh, that's what that is it?
The tide, isn't it? Till the.
No, doesn't work.
You went through changing your
Something's
yeah,
gone wrong.
I changed to F6, but it didn't do anything either. Oh no, it does. It does. Shit. Okay, what do I do?
type in stat space FPS.
I didn't notice that before. There we go. I've typed it in and pressed enter. Do I have to put slash instead?
No, you should have stat FPS on your right hand side of your screen.
I don't.
I've got 60 frames a second.
Let me try
Yeah,
that.
mine's hovering around.
Well, nearly 61, but it's not pushing. I think I might have limited it to 60
No,
as
no
well,
S, just stat.
because there's no point in running
Oh,
anything.
it's dot FPS.
It should be space.
No, it's not.
Oh, stat, space. Capitals maybe. That's what does it.
Doesn't matter.
There we go. Got it.
I can't see where this.
I'm hovering around
You
about.
push the tilde button underneath escape.
Oh.
If you
Then what?
double,
THA.
no,
You
stat.
heard? Yes. Yes. Tilde. Thank you.
STAT.
Yeah. I changed it in one of the stats because I was trying to fix it. I didn't realise it was a tilde. Gear says something Amazon dicking around or so. Genuinely, Gear, they've been quite pleasant to go back to, the Grand Tours. I quite enjoy them. If you like the people in it, you'll enjoy the shows. Yes, the occasional stupid joke. But actually, this time round, I thought they all landed, which was nice.
So this I've got running on medium. While the experimental I've been playing on ultra.
Well, I am playing on Ultra, and I'm getting 25 to 27 frames.
I would lower it from ultra then. If you're getting that low frame rate.
I'm fine with that.
I'm getting 50 frames per second, but it's on medium.
But it's not great for Twitch.
Oh, well, Twitch is only going to broadcast at 720 anyhow. Nobody will notice. Although, admittedly,
No,
Gear
no.
did notice. So,
Exactly.
let's have a
It
look.
might be worth lowering it down a...
If I just change it back to Ultra,
Yeah.
because I had it on Complex, I had it on something else.
Do you have it on
Try-
custom?
You're going to try and get it above 30 for Twitch.
Let me just go back to Ultra and see what happens. If I apply that, see what
Ideally,
goes
you'd
on.
have VSync switched on as well.
That's made it worse. So I had obviously tweaked
You've
it a
made
little bit.
some improvements, but
You reckon VSync
I-
should be on? Okay, I can do that. Direct no, I'm not going to run Vulkan, not my break things.
don't. Yeah, stay on what you're on. Shift restart.
VSync's on. VSync's
Okay.
fine. but we are not. Yes, okay, it's true. Been recovering
That's
heavy
one thing.
recovery and heavy mechanics content. Ah, you know Heavy D then, if that's the case. BD. He's got some good stuff. He's got a Chinook, dude. You have a lemon of a PC most of your time. Yeah, I mean, I used. Come on, most of us are a little bit older. Used to play at 25 and not complain.
This is true. And
Well,
for a
you
game
might
like
be.
this, actually, 25 frames a second should be perfectly fine. Arguably, 30 would be better because of
He does, yeah.
standards.
So what can I
Apparently.
knock down? What one thing can I change in this?
As the update 8 video says, it's different for everyone.
I know.
Which setting works.
I'll tell you what. All right, I'll put it.
Just go down from ultra.
I'll go down to high. How's that?
Yeah,
There
try,
you go.
yeah. Just try.
Well,
the
you know what
presets.
I've done? Because I've got everything on ultra apart from
That's not changed a
screen
single
space
thing.
reflections.
It's still worse. Oh right, okay. That's actually significant. I mean, yeah, I'm down to 20 to 25 now. I've actually dropped 3 frames a second off that. Remove shadows. Right, that's a good one. Okay. This is how to do your video.
Depends on your graphics card how good it is at drawing shadows.
Oh, my graphics card's pretty good, but I'll switch them off. Let's go with that. Apply that.
Yeah, you gotta remember
You could
this
stick
game
your
is-
texture quality down to high instead of ultra.
That's made no difference at all. More impressed about the Black Hawk because the only civilian with one. Oh, well, that's 2.
VFX quality could go down.
See, I've just gone medium, and the game looks fine.
Since I started making these changes, my FPS has dropped by 5. That's actually got worse again.
Is that just because you're on the screen?
I'm gonna just land and stare at the floor for a second, and then I'm gonna
I've
make
actually
it.
got any streams open today. So.
That's fine. Obviously, mine's annoying everybody, so that's fine. It's all right. My anti-aliasing is full. I am windowed full screen. I mean, what I could do.
You don't get a choice on anti-aliasing.
Oh well, you kind of do. You do on the new one, obviously, but not on the.
Yeah,
Not on this.
you've not
Yeah.
got a choice of type. Which
Yeah, it
could-
has it in ultra. Yeah, I mean, I can drop the reflections a tiny bit.
You gotta
maybe.
remember that I'm also streaming, so it needs some
I've got
GPU
some.
power for streaming.
There's a little bit of that kicking around. Yeah, I don't know what my current. Let's have a look at. Tell you what, while we're doing this, my graphics card's only at 57%. It seems to be quite happy. It's not overly busy. It's running about half of its RAM.
Bottleneck then.
I don't know. Well. Let's have a look. My processor's running 50%, if that. I've got the horsepower. The horsepower's not the issue. I don't quite know why it's doing this. But yeah, and the machine's not stretched.
Try turning VSync off then.
Ah,
And
I hear
Is
a
it
cunning
like-
plan.
What refresh rate is your screen?
50.
50.
No, well, no, hold on a second. What is my actual screen?
Yeah.
That's made a big difference. That gave me 7 frames back nearly. Oh no. Yeah, well,
They're
fine.
gone again.
It's probably going to be all over the place now with VSync off, and you'll probably get screen tearing.
It's a little bit less pretty. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
So I've got my
everything around
CPU at the moment is running at 18%,
Yeah.
and graphics card is running at 32%.
There you go. Not bad.
And that's pretty good. But I've got a new system, so it should be able to handle this game pretty well.
Back on Ultra again for a second. BD says the number of things that Heavy D has that I like. So for those who don't know, Heavy D is a guy on YouTube who runs a heavy lift company for extracting things from places, and he has a Chinook and a Black Hawk as part of his lifting equipment.
As you do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's got all sorts of mad stuff. He brings out my mad redneck scientist. He's a bit like that, yeah. He seems like a nice bloke. I don't know, obviously.
What if you set your max FPS to?
Infinite.
Try turning that down.
See, I have mine. I set mine to 75.
I'm going to cap mine at 30. How's that sound?
That sounds like an idea. For this, anyway. I mean, you don't. We're not playing first person shooters.
30. I can't get 30 at a push. View distance is locked to FPS. Ah, right. Okay, we can look at that.
Yeah.
In what world? Okay, I'll look at view distance. I don't want to spend the whole night just mucking about video settings, so we'll do a little bit of a change again.
As long as we have a good chat at the same time, I think it's fine. But you know,
I'm going to set.
We do need to actually get on and do something at some point. Though.
Yeah, I would like to build a factory. God damn it, or fix one. That is made.
It made no difference at all.
Again, no difference at all. Something else is doing this. I don't know what's causing the issue. As AutoMod got.
I don't think you've had this issue before, or at least not a lot before, because I've
never looked at my FPS. I never really cared.
Well, I haven't, but occasionally I've looked at your streams after the fact,
I'm going to do this.
You know, they've run perfectly fine.
Oh no, I'm not going to do that then. Sorry, I won't do that. Sorry. It's all right. I was mucking about with things. I was going to do Vulcan, but no, I have to restart the game to do that.
Yeah, that's what I said. Least don't touch that.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just go down to high for now. I'll leave it on high. I'll leave it on far. I'll set a max FPS, and we'll go with all the things you all suggested. I'll switch them all to there, and then we'll get on with the game and worry about it later. We'll leave the SPS up because it's interesting. It might just be where I'm located. It's raining as well, which doesn't help.
Yeah, we don't get rain here.
Inside or outside?
Yeah, well, I hope it's not inside. Right. So, anyway, electromagnetic control rods. Let's get on with this. Meant to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 machines.
Oh, there you go. Remember,
8 machines.
Suggestion.
What's that?
Motion blur.
All right.
Yeah,
okay,
you can turn motion blur off. That'll help, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've got motion blur off.
I have everything on because I spent money on the graphics card. There's no way I'm not using all the settings.
That's the same with me. I've turned everything up because I should be able to.
Yeah.
And look, I'm running at 60 frames a second. I can, but
nobody knows why that's happening. Right. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. Back to the yes. Right. Control rods. We said 2, 4, 8 machines at 4 a minute.
yes, okay.
So currently we're requiring a grand total of 32.
Okay.
32, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio with AI limiters. So we've got 40. If we redo this factory,
are we making? Is this 35 AI limiters here along here? Or is that making
That's
something
an
else?
odd number. We never make odd numbers of anything.
Well, I've tried to open the interface. Oh, here we go. Okay, so AI limiters 5 a minute.
Wow, yeah.
And there's
You can't be
5, 10,
auto-saving this
15,
often.
20, 25, 30,
We've talked about
35 machine. Yeah, there's
80, is it not? 16 by 5?
7 machines.
Oh, what he's making. He's what Ari's using. Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if we're going to do something with this, we need to know what's happening here.
Well, I'm
Presumably.
assuming we're going to replace this, you see.
Yes.
So, Ari, as you said, is doing 75. So 45. 75? 45? No, that's wrong. Idiot. 35. Actually, that's a good point. Ari's undermaking. Oh, no,
Yeah,
he's
based on the amount of limiters.
Overproducing AI limiters, overproducing them. In fact, there's something weird going on with Ari's factory of AI limiters.
Is it sacrificing itself or something?
No, one side is backed up and the other side isn't, which seems peculiar since they seem to be balanced.
No, you're right. That is weird.
That's really odd.
You see it if you hover over it and look at it from above. It looks very odd.
I don't quite understand because it looks symmetrical.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Weirdness is as weirdness
Each belt
does.
seems to be balked belt according to Ramrod.
Actually, one of his machines isn't connected, which does help.
Is it not?
No, it's not.
Oh, is that the one?
Is there's one of them not connected?
In the middle.
Which is fine. Yeah.
So we're making 30, not 35, just because the machine isn't doing.
And it doesn't matter because so we're actually running behind slightly. Yeah, but we better put it in.
There you go.
Well, that immediately back that one up. That's good going.
That's
probably why it's
because
backed
that
up.
machine has been putting a lot of machines out. I'm guessing.
I'm
That'll be why.
guessing what's going to happen now is the other two back up as a result of that.
Yeah, I would think so. There we go.
Now,
Yes.
so
It's
yeah,
happening.
what I'm thinking is this: if we replace this factory with make a bigger, a better electromagnetic control rod factory.
Right. Yeah.
So we've got a better way of putting it. If we replace the AI limiter production with our new factory, we're going to use 32 of them to make enough electromagnetic control rods to supply the nuclear. Seem reasonable?
Yes.
That makes sense? I'm not talking about my
I
arse
think
just
so.
yet. Working on it, of course. Getting there, but not quite there yet. So, if we... Oh, yeah, I'm just wondering whether or not... It's the battery production that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah, so how much spare AI limiters are there? The answer is 48. Yes?
Right. Okay.
We've
48
got-
or
Well, sorry, yeah, 48. So we have 80,
right.
and we're going to take the 32 out, so that leaves us 48, doesn't it?
Okay.
Am I right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, please. 'Cause I just don't know. We're also making 48 heat sinks. We've got 48 AI limiters. How many supercomputers is that? It's 2 to 1,
If
is
we've
it?
got 48 AI limiters, how many supercomputers is that? Which recipe have we settled on? The third one? Second one, sorry.
No, if you just go with the first one for sake
First
of argument.
one. Got completely wrong there.
Just for sake of argument, just use that one for now and see how we get on. If it
How
fucks
many
up,
have we
it fucks
got
up.
left over, sorry?
So if we've got 48 AI limiters and we dedicate
Yep.
all of them,
That's
we can't do.
12.8.
Yeah, sorry, 12. That's 12.8. And how many factories does that require? Or rather, how many high-speed connectors is that? Is a better way of putting it. No, we
Oh,
haven't
hang on, wait.
got enough high-speed connectors. That's fine.
My brain's melted.
So, what I want to know,
5.62.
I think,
Why do they have to go to 3 decimal places?
I know, it's annoying.
5.62.
I think what I was getting at was, if we're going to use all the high-speed connectors for supercomputers,
Yeah.
we can't, can we?
No.
Yes, no, we can. That's the only thing we're going to use them for, isn't it? Is that what you said earlier, Minotaur?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I know. I need to. Because what I was yeah, because you're only going right. Okay, yeah. So you're going three to 1.
Some weeks we have maths streams
2 to
where we're
1.
really only focused on the maths and nothing else. I think it's
That's
a bit
fine.
too hot for that today.
No, right. Okay, max 20 forces RAM.
Yes. So where were we?
Yeah.
We got 3.75 per minute
Well-
of AI limiters. How many AI limiters have we got left over?
Well, I just realised I asked for the wrong calculation. I think
Right.
it's,
Okay.
it's easy. It's easier than that. We've got 48 high-speed connectors, haven't we?
We've got 48 high-speed connectors. Have we? Okay.
Coming out of our new factory.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
believe
Ramrod
that's
says how many high speed.
So it's 48. So if we divide 48 by 3, because that's how many. Oh no, it's not by 3, is it? It's by 20. It's by 5.62 fucking 5.
48
Fuck's
divided
sake.
by 5.62
Oh, no,
fucking 5
Is
is
that not- it's not-
8.53 fucking 3.
It's 48. You've got
You've gotta
48
carry the
items, and you've
fucking-
got 48 high-speed connectors, but it's not an even count because we need 3 and 2 to make one supercomputer. So we
Yes.
need 1/3 less AI limiters to make the same number of supercomputers. Is that right?
Maths.
With that recipe, because
Yes.
otherwise they'd be equal, wouldn't they? Am I being dumb? Or is that a rate issue that I'm just not paying attention to? So it's 4. Yes, correct, Ramrod. That is exactly it. We're going to use 1/3 less AI limiters than high-speed connectors.
Right. I still like alternative recipe 1, which doesn't use any more plastic.
Well, you are right about that. But you need liquid for that one.
We do need liquid. I think that would be a nice challenge.
We do have liquid coming in. Nitrogen's
do.
not difficult.
I don't know if
Yeah,
you've got
it's nitrogen.
that much of it.
We do have the nitrogen gas.
And this would then move us on to using the
oh god.
oscillators.
Also, if you switch over
No,
to the
wouldn't.
if you switch over to the alternative recipe on cooling systems, it uses a lot less nitrogen and no water.
Yes.
You need more machines to do it.
But you know what we do need? Motors.
Not just motors. You need coolers as well.
You need a lot more
rubber.
heat sinks.
A lot more heat sinks, yeah.
And again, we have to look.
Rubber or copper sheets.
Copper sheets are easier. Rubber, we need to look at our current consumption.
Copper sheets, we already have a factory of copper sheets around here that is not consumed completely.
Well, I'm assuming Harry built a copper sheet factory to make the rest of this stuff.
Yes. And we have look at copper sheets on the list as well as something else that we need to do.
Yeah.
So
oh god,
does-
this is so fucking intertwined.
Does
It's
that
insane.
mean we're kind of back to we need to have a look at motors and up our motor production, and we need to have a look at the copper sheets again so that we can get back to
yeah.
heat
I mean, I
sinks
still
and
wonder
stuff.
if we're going to end up using lots and
This
lots
whole
of.
thing needs to be written down as a diagram on what
I'm going back. You know what?
Yeah, that'd be
I'm
fun.
back in the thing saying let's just make a diagram. Let's just.
we're gonna have to start using Google Docs or something so we can all just look at a diagram all night instead of trying to figure it out in game. Hey, Coffee Stain, if you're watching, it'd be really, really great if you could have some sort of spreadsheety sort of diagrammy thing inside the game. That'd be really handy.
That'd be nice. Should we do some prettification? Oh, that's nice.
Oh, hello.
Oh, he's gone structural, dude.
That's
He's gone
nice.
full structural.
It's really
I need to
nice.
center it.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be fun.
Keep
This is where
it.
you
It
need-
looks
This
great.
is where you need the new update.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
nudge it.
I've
Yeah.
not tried that out yet.
No, I haven't either. I must
begun to.
admit.
I've just looked at the lighting in the new update.
Yeah, that's all I did. I built a little tiny room. As you saw from my screenshots.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the lighting fully works when they fix it. But
Genuinely, our factory's going to go weird.
that's probably going to be in like 6 weeks time or so now.
Genuinely, Ram? Yeah. Somebody, can somebody pop allow a Ram in chat to post a link? You can put it. I tell you what, you can also put it in
There we
Discord. To be
go.
fair.
Yeah, if you,
Done.
yeah.
Thank you. You have permission for 30 seconds.
I meant the space elevator's done, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
And centered.
I have to try and do that then. Let me just see if I can do that.
Okay.
Thank you very much indeed. The timing was perfect. Click on the right thing. Is that the one that you use, Monitor?
That's one of the ones I use.
I've been using the production planner in Satisfactory Calculator. The problem is it uses so much of the real estate of the screen up, it becomes a real pain in the ass. I should bookmark that one.
Yeah, Satisfactory tools. Yeah.
There you go, Mr. S. Can you print from now? Can you save a configuration from that? If so, I'm immediately upon it.
I
I
believe
will
it
hunt
saves HPC, but you can also share the tabs that you make.
Oh, now that's a good idea.
There's lots of you can create new
Oh,
tabs
shit.
for each production you're doing.
What you need.
That's a bit like we do with the MechWarrior builds. That's quite nice. I like that.
What you need is to be able to log into this and collaborate on a thing for if
Okay, we'll have to do a Discord chat.
if
to share
Greenie is
screen.
watching at all, who is
Yeah.
the dev, some sort of
Cookie and
logging
cache,
in.
right? Okay.
Or you
That's
can
cool.
choose which one you want. Update 6. It's the last thing that's got it in there though. Is update 6.
Has it not got update 7 in there?
Was there any update 7 recipe changes?
It's set to update 6 experimental apparently. I know that Calculator's got the latest in because you can do the new experimental stuff in Satisfactory Calculator, including update 8.
Well, there's been no recipe changes in 7
Yeah.
or 8, so it doesn't matter.
No. But I think it's something more important for the map.
Yeah, there's no map change. There's
No,
literally just recipes.
No new recipes after update 6. There you go. Ram's confirmed it. Let's prettify these buildings, dude.
There's
Yeah.
even a list of recipes, so you can go into alternative recipes and push all. It turns them all on.
Ah, right, okay.
Because we've got all the alternative
Yeah.
recipes
Now, I think up top, that top factory that's kind of floating on its own above everything else needs a bit of a feature. It needs to be a feature factory, that one.
And you ask it to make plastic, and you ask it to make, say, 1,000 plastic. Well, no, what's the belt? 780.
Yeah.
So 780 plastic requires 260 oil and 866.667 water.
I was doing that with the Alclad
And
sheets
it has
earlier, but
an infinite loop of materials in it. Yes,
What?
that's the production I would have said. Well, what it does is it starts off by making heavy oil residue.
right.
It then turns some of that heavy oil residue into rubber, and some of the rest into diluted fuel with the water.
Right.
Then the fuel goes into the recycled plastic and recycled rubber recipes, and you just send rubber and plastic backwards and forwards between those recipes.
Oh, right.
Use a stupid amount of rubber or plastic, whichever one you want.
So alternate. I think they just interchange, don't they?
So off of a single pipe of oil, you can make a full belt of plastic and a full belt of rubber
Ah.
on a 600 supply of oil. You won't use all the. You'll need a lot of water for it.
Fair enough.
So you need to produce this over near where you've got a lot of water.
Yeah. Trying to think. I'm just taking upon a factory and just drawing on it at the moment. I need to work out a way of it's a bit too bland at the minute. Make it look cool, man. In fact, I wonder. Can we cut into it? Can we snip away at it? Just do a Great British Sewing Bee thing to it and chop out bits of floor and make things look interesting. Or add bits.
Yes, it's.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just mucking
full
about.
pipe of,
No, that's fine.
Pick one and go with it.
How about we take this because it looks like a frame. We take that frame sort of thing down, and we build something else there in its place.
So yeah,
sorry, which
300
one?
oil and 1,000 water makes 900 plastic.
That's quite nice.
So lots of water.
It is a lot of water.
1,000
Actually,
isn't that
1,000's
much.
all right. No, it's not. That's 2 pipes.
Yeah.
Why
And
can't I
it's
go
half
higher?
a pipe
We
of
not-
oil, but you're over a belt of plastic.
Minotaur in general. Link for you, my latest calcs. He's provided his latest brain. He's giving you his brain. Sorry, which factory are you talking about? Stress. Up the top there.
The middle one,
concrete
the
or what
one
is
that
it?
I'm standing here.
Oh, that
this
one there, yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
little
if we
frame around it,
take
yeah, you can do.
this frame around it off,
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
and then,
I guess it's just the holes that matter, isn't it?
yeah, and we can always put those in some other way.
I like metal and glass, but at the same time, we've got other things to work with, haven't we?
And we could do that. Actually, we could do that. We could take all the walls down to start off with, and then we can build on that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so that's using 11,700 oil.
We just take out the walls we don't need. We need the walls in that we do. We can always recolour them.
Yeah, Virus, how about this factory?
Yeah,
it
go on.
requires 23,000, over 23,000 of water.
23,000 water. 23,000, 22,300, 230 divided by 6. That's a lot of water extractors. That is a manifold and a half. That is.
And
It's got
yeah.
3,480 fuel generators. Is there enough space on the map to build that? That's a lot of. Jesus Christ, that's a huge amount of fuel generators.
Yeah, that it's making 11,390 turbo fuel a minute.
Holy crap. That's a lot of turbo fuel. I'm just trying to think what would be a nice.
There are 776 refineries in that build.
700. Is that what you're building on your own map at the moment, Ramrod? You nutcase.
Yeah,
I'm making
so
octagon spirals that hold 214 generators per spiral.
Yes,
like
once you basically you ask the game what you want to build. All right, you can tell it to maximize stuff as well now.
That's your co-op world. Okay, it's not just you building it. I mean, that would take forever.
So it gives you a visual diagram. It gives you a list of how many machines you need in total and how much power it needs.
Yeah.
And then all the items that are going in and out and what you have left over.
Nice. Hold on a second. I don't like that. Why don't I like that? That one I can go in.
Oh, and all the ingredients required to build all those machines.
Yeah.
Is this? I think this looks a bit better. It's not quite as structural, and it links it into the bottom.
Bit of colour. Oh, I like the sides on it. That's smart. Yeah. I quite like that. Mr. S, what do you reckon?
I'm just deleting some stuff. I'll be there, and I just don't want to get this wrong.
Yeah.
You know what happens when we get deleting wrong? That's. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, like that.
You have a bit of skin on it. You got to watch out with the power because the power's in a weird spot on this one. It's not quite nice. It's not. It works. Oh, you're dropping boxes.
I will be dropping boxes at some point.
Don't do that. No, you are. You are already.
I'll have to pick them up.
Let me go in there and help tidy up. Is there anything that you've got? Have you got leaves in your bag, like I do? Always have leaves.
No, I don't think I have actually.
Okay. Okay, looking good so far. Yeah, as in, it's looking very naked. Make a nice feature out of our transfer of goods between buildings.
Well, we should do, really, shouldn't we? Because there's a lot of.
There's a bit of a tunnel. Make them into cool tunnels or something. But they then should be between distinct structures. To make them look like pagodas. Do we cut out bits we don't need, like the?
I like the idea of a pagoda. That would be an interesting build.
We probably couldn't go full pagoda this build on the basis that.
We'd need to.
You're taking a lot of walls out, but can't you just repaint them? Or are you going to replace them with something?
I think we'd probably end up replacing them with something else. Actually, I don't know, because
It's just 14 and a half generator spirals, says Ram. You're excitedly waiting for the power to go pew, pew. Everything goes off. That's it. Done. I quite like our little. Trying to put a lid on this. The little silica factory, that's working quite nicely.
Yeah, it requires a lot of power, but that will produce a lot of power when it's actually running.
That'd be mental. Do you need nuclear at that point? Do you not bother?
No, it's turbo fuel, so...
Yeah.
We've not really done turbo fuel for power.
Now I've noticed. We've not touched turbo fuel really ever.
I think that basically trying to return all the oil in the map to as much turbo fuel as possible.
Oh, right, okay. Makes sense.
Unless they've changed the limit on the spread on the program.
I would like to make that a cantilever. I quite like the idea of the whole thing being cantilevered off the floor.
Huh.
Underneath there's one pillar holding up one bit, which is quite
It's not a bad idea.
I don't know. This is the thing.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah,
Like cantilever it off the road. So the road side is connected, but we have the structure underneath look like a cantilever. Like it's supported at an angle.
yeah, it's using 100% of the oil on the map.
Oh wow. Now, that's an interesting one. Are there enough overclockers available to overclock every single node to its max?
Probably.
I suspect there might not be.
Overclockers are infinite.
But slug. So if you're playing, yeah, but that's only if you're playing in creative, I assume.
No, overclockers are infinite. There is a way to get them.
Oh, you can what without using slugs?
There's a way of getting slugs are infinite.
Okay. How do you infinite slug?
Yeah.
Lizard
How do you?
doggos.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you have to have enough lizard doggos to give you enough presents that eventually they give you a slug. Or a
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we've
Oh,
had a
God.
couple.
You've got to farm lizard doggos. Oh my god. Suddenly Minecraft kicks in again and we're going to farm the native wildlife. Mr. Azim, have you finished deconstructing the constructions?
Nearly.
Okay. The
I think
skin,
I just want to have a little look around just to make sure I'm.
I like the skin.
Screw everything
The
up.
skin works.
skin on the roof of the Amazit factory is complete.
I like that a lot. It looks like a sort of station-esque thing. It's a bit like one of these like a Terminal 5 type thing where you've got that you can see the structure of the building on the inside. That's nice. I like it.
Okay, that is it. I think
You
that's
mean
everything.
overly engineered?
Yes. I like
Taken away.
overly engineered looking buildings. It's excellent.
Ooh, hello.
It's nice, isn't it? I like
Yeah,
that.
I like that. I like that a lot.
It's good. It's got wings. It looks intentional,
I'm
which
glad.
is, you know, which some of our buildings don't. I have to admit.
Oh, a lot of our buildings don't look intentional.
Some of them look pretty good.
Yes, that's true.
I like our big fan of that. Simple but works. Right.
Have you
I
seen
need
the,
to find myself a place to log out because it's halfway through the stream.
It's going to crash soon.
I don't think. Yeah, it's going to crash soon. I don't think my laptop can handle another hour.
The
and a half.
confidence in that man. No worries, dude. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you for coming along, and it's a
you seen
lovely
the,
thing that you've done there.
the latest Reddit protests?
I
read
heard
about it. I love it.
Yeah, I heard they've closed lots
No.
of places down.
It's gone further.
No.
It's got brilliant. There's been some voting going
Certain
on.
Reddits like r/pics and r/gifs
Yes.
have decided they're only going to post pictures of John
Oliver.
Oliver.
That's it.
But people
Right.
are putting AI-generated pictures up and all
Oh, that's
sorts.
brilliant because he likes AI-generated images. Is he loving a cabbage by any chance? Because if he is, that's true to form.
Yes, there are pictures of him with a cabbage.
Do you know he married a cabbage?
No.
You don't, see, that's
We do now.
You do know.
it's very important to know this. That's why the cabbage pictures are relevant because he married a cabbage.
That
It's
was
part of
something
the
I
research.
didn't need to know. That was.
But he was on Twitter the other day just giving people a load of pictures to put up. There was
Right.
a thread of his on Twitter just full of pictures of him.
Right. Oh dear. Mr. S, where are you?
Yes, I am
What
to
we gonna do?
your left.
Are we going to pick one each and go with it, or are we going to try and make the
Well,
uniform?
I
We're
was
gonna go
thinking
with the cantilever thing?
what we've got here, unfortunately, is a sort of little step system, and I was wondering if we could maybe make a feature of that.
Apart from the fact it doesn't step in the consistent
It doesn't.
fashion.
It doesn't step properly. It steps up
No.
too far and then down a little bit.
Well, do you want to start on the top and I'll do the bottom?
Oh God, I can't imagine the Frankenstein design that we would come up with if we did that.
Yeah, but it'd be consistent though, wouldn't it?
It would.
Railway workers where the lines are about 3 foot apart.
Well, you know, we'd be like, it's like digging the Eurotunnel, but we don't actually meet, ever. And then we go on strike halfway across.
I think we've got a... Oh, my game's lagging there. That's better.
Now,
Uh-oh.
it
Yeah,
is
go on.
halfway through. Is it an idea to restart everything?
You want me to restart it all?
Well, it has caused problems in the past.
I am happy to do so should you wish to do that. We haven't done an awful lot yet this stream and I want to get on with something. So
Right.
yes, we can do that if you want.
Because if we do it now, then we won't have
If I
problems
log
towards
out
the end.
here, it's going to take me ages to log back in.
You want to fly somewhere first then?
Yeah, probably.
I'll leave it up to you guys. I'm happy to carry on, but if you want to do it,
Well, no, let's carry
Make
on.
sure we've
It's fine.
saved. We've not built much anyway, so.
yeah. If I just press save, and we'll do the current one. This is Big Fix 73. We're on the 73rd stream of the fix since we started fixing it.
Wow.
I know. So, but technically
That's
that
a lot
was
of-
basically upgrading the entire base from, what was it, tier 5?
Yeah.
eight? Something like that.
Yeah.
Along those lines. There we go.
Oh.
All saved. Right, onwards. So,
Okay.
you could pagoda it. I mean, looking at it like this, you might want to change the routes from the thing. Oh,
What do we got? We've got architecture. What have we got in architecture that could be fun? We've got those inner corners that look quite interesting. I was saying that the corners, the metal corners that look quite interesting in the roofs.
do you
That'd be
want,
fun.
to style one out? Oh, no, style one out. It sounds like I said you just yeah. Let's not go there.
Yes, we'll pretend that didn't happen.
Ram says, my dog's so cute. They both came in and nose poked me in the legs and squeaked at me. They led me to the door. On the other side of the door was my upstairs neighbour bringing in their groceries. My dogs had to greet them and see what they got. They wanted food. They knew
That's
treats were
probably
around somewhere. It's just the way it is, man. I reckon we're gonna cut. Oh, you're on that corner. Oh, you mean do
Well,
that with it?
Well, I was thinking about it and see if we can get some
wouldn't go
depth
orange.
to it.
Well,
Because
maybe
one of the
you could go orange.
things that, I mean, we can recolour this later on, so it's not
Yeah.
the end of the world. But one
Also,
of the
don't-
things that makes Minecraft buildings look better
Mhm.
is adding depth to it.
Well, yeah. You also don't forget you can get rid of the concrete in some ways and panel them in like that.
Yes, that's true.
Pillar it. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and make it look like it's cantilevered because we're probably going to end up with more factories, but on the other side. So they'll be
Yes.
smaller factories with smaller
Okay.
things in, so they'll look uneven. So if I can make it look like it's kind of underneath this one building, we're kind of cantilevered off the floor somehow. That would look quite, well, I don't know, it might be interesting. We've got a lot of shit down here underneath this one, but that'll all end up
true.
going in the future. That's fine. I'm going to try that. You can take off those panels I put on, by the way, but I just chucked them on because it.
No, I
makes-
think they
gets
look
rid of that
fine.
light.
They look good. We need to sort of enclose this bottom bit anyway, because there's gubbins underneath.
Well, I'm going to leave the gubbins alone, I think. I'm going to leave it visible.
You want
gonna
visible
try and
gubbins.
work around
In
it.
which case, should we change those walls to glass?
You don't want to see in that bit, do you? That's the bit you don't want to see. You've got a
Well,
box at the end.
I have left a box at the end.
I got it.
Ah, okay.
You don't see the bit at the top's interesting. The bit underneath is not.
The bit underneath is how it all works. It's like one of those clocks where they've made it out of perspex so that you can see it all working.
I mean, give it a go. See what you think. Try it.
But because this would give us a chance to use something like
Sausage
this.
cases. Cool. What is that on the floor? It is sausage case. Yeah, we've got leftover bits of sausage lying around. It's fine.
Which we never use, these windows. We
Okay,
used
just
them
paint.
a bit when we did a bit of stuff, but in
okay,
general we just don't use
that
these
one.
windows.
That one a second. Ooh. Auto save.
Waiting for autosave to finish.
I'm just playing around with
Guts.
plastic and rubber now.
Yes.
How many binaries do you want to build?
How many watts?
How many refineries do you want to build? To
All of
create,
them.
Well, I've just put in a calculation to make like 3 belts of rubber and 3 belts of plastic.
Right.
It requires 218 refineries to build it.
218.
That sounds like something we could style out. We're getting to a size there where it becomes it becomes cool. We get some cool stuff.
I would suggest building this somewhere near
Else,
oil and water. So we're
Yeah,
not
I mean,
having to pump it across
else.
the map.
Else is the right word, I think. The operative on that one, yeah.
so the
It's a shame you can't get
northern
holes in the
shore-
walls. I wonder. That's not very nice. How did that end up like that?
The northern shore has got lots of water and lots of oil,
I'll do
Yeah,
that.
we could build something of that.
and
No, let's
it's
move
fresh,
that.
so there's no
Fresh water.
There's
nothing
nothing
seawater, but there's
built-
nothing built around there
Why
really.
is that? Let's
This
go
only
through that.
uses
Can we do the recycled plastic rubber loop? Are we not doing the recycled one already on the original factory? Is that not a recipe we had at the
No,
time?
we're not. We didn't have all the recipes required to do it then.
Right, okay. That's fair enough.
This is the
This is
recycled
not
plastic
nice.
rubber loop.
I'm going to make...
If I maximise it, if you used all the crude oil on the map, you can make 17,550 rubber and plastic. If you put
That's
all
quite
the
cool.
oil into
Yeah.
making rubber and plastic.
Okay.
It does, however, require 1,626 refineries.
1,000.
That's a lot of
And
refineries.
312 blenders.
And
Oh, you know.
it requires the liquid to be running 100%, which it doesn't.
Wow.
Liquid never runs 100%. That's
It-
why I've got a hosepipe ban.
Yes, hosepipe ban is real.
Is there actually a
why-
hosepipe ban near you, Ari?
Yes, the entirety of the
Sussex.
southeast of England, as far as I'm aware.
I know it was
The
safe.
entirety of
Oh. You vanished then.
the entirety of southeast water
Yes.
has a hosepipe ban.
We
pretty
don't
much.
at the moment.
It's
Not
the
yet.
earliest hosepipe ban on record.
It's a
Since
bit of a
records
crock,
began.
considering.
And the problem is that the pumps aren't up to capacity. We have the water, we just don't have the pumps to move it.
Yeah. What
So the
fuck's going
problem
on there?
is the company that you are paying vast sums of money to
Haven't got the
hasn't
infrastructure.
invested in the infrastructure that it needs to deliver the thing that you're paying for, and now it's decided that you're not going to get the thing that you're paying for, even though you're paying for it, and if you do try and take it, then they're going to fine you lots of money.
Yeah.
It's
And
fine.
then they
Still
claim
use
that
the
they need
hosepipe.
government backing to sort this all out.
Exactly,
Still use
yes.
the hosepipe to fill up the pond. Fine. It has fish in it, we're allowed.
Ah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I would still use the hose pipe to clean my car, but I would buy some fish to put in it so that I was allowed
Nice.
Fish in the car.
fish in the car. Yeah,
We
you might
used
get
to-
the seats a bit wet.
Our cars are so far from our hosepipe that we have to use a bucket and sponge anyway.
Right. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, our house is set back from the road. And
Right.
We don't have a driveway to the house, per se.
I see. Let's have a quick look. That's
Looking at a
right.
great stone infrastructure which is going on here.
Just-
It does look good in concrete, doesn't it?
I like the contrast, like the upper
Mm.
side being one thing and concrete or other materials. A combination of materials works really nicely.
Yeah.
It's just not quite sure.
No, there is an opportunity here.
Do a reverse of that.
Yeah,
you
you're
can
gonna watch
do
the
reverse.
Formula E this weekend, Farmers.
Oh, I could do it that way, couldn't I?
If you've seen the time of the race,
No, I haven't. What ridiculous have they gone for this time?
1 a.m.
Oh, actually, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, to be fair.
1 till 2:30 for the race.
My word.
Qualifying's like 8:30 till
Yeah.
10 at night on the. I think it falls on the Friday for us.
Right. Okay.
Maybe? I need to check, actually.
What I wanted to do is put that. No.
Although, let's check.
That will miss.
24. Oh no, it's Saturday. The race is Sunday morning.
That's just weird. Why is it doing that?
So I'm meant to be out on Saturday as well, but I just make
He's
sure
like,
I'm
"Nope."
back before. No,
Yeah.
just make sure I'm back before 20 to 9 so that I can watch the qualifying.
God.
And then I'll probably just watch the race on repeat or highlights or something.
Nice. Ram says, monitor in general, it's best. The best I have found. It's best. It's the best I have found for the loop. Is what you're saying. Sorry, my apologies. I can't actually speak.
Right.
I'm just gonna try something here like that.
Ooh, that's a thought.
And then if I go for a reverse ramp corner like, the question is, can I? Yeah, it would work. Oh, actually, no, can it? They're different angles. Can you merge them nicely with any of the pieces here? Possibly with that one. No, that doesn't work. That one doesn't work either. So what you could do maybe is do.
Alright, so you've set one to maximise and one to. I see.
Could do it like that. And then you would probably do something like that. But then it wouldn't work either, so it's pretty better if you just stick with the original ones. So go with that size there, and then go for the really big inverted one. Yeah, that would look quite nice. It's a self-seeding loop, he says. No need to add starter rubber. Ah. Maybe wants to start with rubber. Polyresin makes a starter rubber. That one there.
Oh, this is a residual rubber supply. So.
And then
Oh, I see. Yeah, you need get everything running through that loop.
and underneath, what we can do. So I think. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want a big beam sports. No, I don't necessarily want those, but I think I might go for. Where is it? Where are they? Are they foundations? They are foundations. They're circular foundations.
Circular foundation.
Sort of.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as what I've got, just scaled up. So, yeah, that rubber you have to put into there to get it running. It's
Actually.
It's a complicated factory, but it'll be fun one to build because items do loop around in a circle. Like you turn plastic into rubber and you turn rubber into plastic.
Right. Oh, that's fair enough. I mean, that immediately sounds cool.
But because you see, yeah, it just keeps making more and more.
What do you feed into it to make more and more?
Blood.
Oil.
Blood, yes.
Yeah.
We want to provide you with blood.
It's a. I think it's fuel, isn't it?
He says route the first recycle plastic machine, then loop that rubber into the machine. Oh, I mean, I need to save this chat.
It's fine. It's
Just
fine.
save the chat.
I understand how these work.
Cool.
Glad someone does.
It's paying attention. It's worrying. I put that one
It's
there.
slightly different to the one which I've got. 'Cause
And then if I just go for a standard set of concrete there, like that. Style that out if I want to, but for now, and then what we could do is, oh, where is it? We could do one of those. It might need. I'm just going to put the whole thing in for a second and just see how it fares. Oh, I haven't been in the right spot. That doesn't help. Oh, actually, we could make it broader. No. God damn it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I keep saying the same thing.
Ah, yes, you'll see why I've said what I've said in a minute. I think I might have to cheat this.
Cheat?
Cheat.
Cheat?
Cheat.
I don't believe I heard that from you, of all people. You don't cheat.
Oh, yes, I do. I do now.
I've decided that is a
This
new
is
tactic.
this is a good thing.
Right.
It needs a bit of a cheat to make it work. So
I'm gonna have to do a bit of cheating myself. Turns out, right? Because what I'm gonna do is chuck that in like that. Will that work? Did that work? Okay, cool. And then pop. Ah!
well, I see the way that Gears recipe set up is it's set up to just use one machine.
Rams.
Is it Rams? Right.
Yeah, it's Rams recipe. Ram is the man.
I see.
Use that as a former for now. Ah, yep. Thank you. Now, can I do... Yes, you can go half and 4 deep. Excellent. No. Can that not... Like that. It will work. It will. No, I want to change that to vertical. Thank you. I'll deal with the other stuff in a moment. No. I love building with these with limited blocks. It reminds me of being back at school a little bit when we were infants with the wooden blocks.
you do get
Yeah,
quite
the wooden blocks are
creative with it, though, don't you? You go a little bit further than you probably would have
Otherwise
done with
might.
others.
Yeah, I love this kind of thing. This kind of thing's ace.
Oh, that's too big.
Oh, hold on a second. Can I get it on the
That's
corner
massive.
of that? Now right, if I put... Oh, we've got an auto save coming. Just wait. You can replace diluted packaging fuel loop with a blender. Comes out to 4 refineries in one blender. That doesn't sound too big. That sounds fine.
That does.
Sounds almost manageable. Nice. Okay. Then what I want to do here Actually, I didn't want to do that. Damn it. I want that. Like that. Why does that suddenly look different?
Because
Why
it is
not?
different.
That's weird. It was, yeah. I mean... Oh, it's because it's rotated round. Oh, that's why. It's interesting. I didn't realise it was doubles. It was... Oh, it's different-sided. Oh, that's a bloody annoyance. Let me just get rid of that a second. I'm going to put those patterns back in again. I quite like those patterns. Give me my patterns back.
I'm back.
Ah, returned.
Yeah,
Oh, I
natural.
like that.
A lack of internet connection is a problem. I was thinking I'm zooping, but why is... Oh, I want vertical, that's why. Here we go, like that.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah, that's very cool.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
It's sort of cantilevered, but it's...
Well, you know you said pagoda.
Yeah, I know, you went... I'm going to finish the bottom and then I will look at the top. I am keen to
I've taken that as inspiration.
Inspiration?
Inspiration.
It's spiritual.
So you know how many oil pipes we have coming in?
Oh, yeah.
4.
Okay.
How many?
Oh, I thought you were about to tell me. Sorry. I'm going to mirror that slightly. I'm not aware exactly how many oil pipes you have coming in. Sorry, I do apologise. I misspoke. I'd have to go on a hunt. I'm not sure. Oh, actually, I could do that. Oh, that'd be cool. One second, let me go around here. That's kind of epic. I've kind of gone mildly oversized there. Okay, I can go with that. All right, nice. All
That
right.
is fantastic. You know what you've inadvertently made down there? It's
God,
like the
no, what was
umbrella
it?
flag from Resident Evil.
Is that what it is?
It's just a little bit.
Oh dear. I've got one more bit to add, which will be that.
Colour some of it red and then the other bit's white.
And then I've got to reroute the thing. Right, that's probably how it's got.
I
it's on a
like
sort
that. That works really well.
of diamond-shaped base.
I love the cantilever idea.
And then we'll probably end up hanging off the side. Now I need to climb up into the sky to see yours, and now I need to reroute all those bloody things off the side of it, maybe. Oh, Ram
Probably.
said it takes 22.5 crude and makes 30 plastic and 37.5 rubber. But here's the kicker. You can swap the starter from poly rubber to poly plastic and make more plastic than rubber if you wish. Oh, so it's interchangeable. That's cool.
We might need
I
more
like the
plastic
roof.
than rubber. Yeah, I like that roof. But have a look down this. Look at this corner on the edge because I really like this.
I'm looking to see if I can see you. You're above me. No, you're not above me. Where are you?
I think probably below you actually.
Oh, underneath.
Yeah.
There you are.
Come to one of the corners and then have a look
Yeah.
down. And I love the way that just it's a little bit Art Deco.
Uh-huh. That's
But
cool.
I really like that little point on the end. It's all, yeah.
That's all right. Can I do
This
something on the roof
You
quickly?
can also
Yeah,
adjust
go ahead.
the number of recyclers to...
And
you
even the number
changing
of roof
some-
panels. It is fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because you know these are directional, don't you?
Yeah.
And oh, I haven't zooped it. Give me that. Zoop. No, that way round. I wanted to copy that one because you've got it. Yeah.
I've got it
I
going
thought so.
across the same way as the end bits.
Yeah, no,
That was the
I mean,
idea.
that one wasn't. That one bit wasn't.
Oh, wasn't it? Oh, okay.
Oh,
It should have
no,
been.
I need to restart
Should have
Discord
been.
because it's not working. I'm just
Alright.
on a loading screen even though near everyone.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go. That's our Technic
Pick time to find
pagoda.
newest bridge builds, pics, videos, and Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nice. And if you
Right.
come round the front, where we've actually got the roadway going to it, there's 2 little holes that you can actually walk into and access the machines.
And we've got the sign up. Tell us what's going
And
on.
we've got the sign up.
We need signs on everything now.
Yes.
I like that. That's quite cool. Yeah, it's nice. I need to quickly look at Discord, obviously. So remember, people, if you want to look at what Ramlon's on about, the Discord link is in chat. Lots of. So that, oh, you're right. Okay, so in general, you put your stats, and you've got some. Oh. Oh, he's gone curved. He's gone curvy, people. And he's got like it's cute, dude. I like it. He's hanging from wires and everything. You've gone full legit physics on that. All right. So for now, that building I think is done for the minute. It's got a foot. Actually, that blends in better than I expected it to.
It's nice, isn't it? It was very good.
I like the orange. The orange goes nice. That's cool. All right, I
thought it, yes,
a
a bit of a nice change because we haven't done I mean, there's those buildings over there that are orange, but we haven't done orange for a little while.
We're going to alternate, or we're going to keep doing the same kind
Oh,
of
we could
structure with these?
alternate.
No, keep them together. They'll look all right, won't they?
I suppose they could do.
I don't know. It might do. This is going to be fun. Oh,
this is going to be interesting.
This is a big one. This is a big. And
really
you've got the top as well, so you can maybe go down the top.
Well, you say that, but actually, there's a great big load of stuff over there. So unless
what you could do, what you could is you could bevel the edges in.
Yeah.
Over top of those, and then you can narrow it off. So you go above them. You can make it maybe 1 floor thick, and then go above. I don't know. As long as we can get in.
That's a possibility.
Or make it like a kind of.
Although we have gone right to the edge with the input system over here.
Creative time. 1 wall high and then go from there. Maybe. I don't know.
Probably. Maybe.
You could even cut away at the sides a little bit if you wanted to, although that might make it more difficult to get around.
Well, I'm going to start with the top on this one then. We'll shift
back to concrete land underneath.
Yeah, I'm going to concrete intermediate bits and then.
That's fair enough. Mine's left the game again.
Oh dear.
I wonder if his internet has been stolen again.
Yeah.
Probably.
Going to make that the same height. And then we'll worry about. Oh, didn't spot that. On it. Vaguely similar. So is that the same line? It is on the same line. Right, okay, cool. So if I have to integrate that in. Actually, while we're here, I will tidy that up a little bit. Let's put a bit of that extends it down and it doesn't get rid of that little step visual bug. Well, not visual bug, but a visual. So if I tidy that, there we go. That makes it look more consistent. I like that. That's better. Right, cool. Let's go back. There's more we could be doing with the angles and things, but let's try a different. Alright, similar but different. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Could go similar but different. Run that along there for a second. Does that make things bad? I'm gonna kind of box this in for a second and see if I can work around that structure. So we've got a thing hanging down there. It's an inconvenient height. Would be, wouldn't it? What I might do then, in fact, is we'll give ourselves that. And we'll go up and we'll worry about it afterwards. Right, so. Just quickly grab this. Bring. that way. We can just do that briefly. There we go. Back to what it was. And then I can work on it. Now, this is a much wider building. It's a much larger one, isn't it? Dave is in chat.
Hello, Dave.
And CJ's back.
Hello, Dave.
With a small hole this time.
I got.
Wow, that was confused.
Yeah, sorry, all the buttons. I should do. Let me just go full thickness foundations for now, because I fancy. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, medium-sized hole. Nice. I think what I'm going to do here. I've got an idea. Right, I've got an idea. Cool. Right. Just quickly mark my territory.
Right, back.
Welcome back, Mr. Minotaur. How is your internet?
So the router just dropped out again. So I did a full restart rather than just letting it reconnect.
That's fair enough. Right. What I'm going to do with this now is, where's the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 at the side, right. So I'm going to take that out, as you do. I'm going to chuck in lovely. Right, so that's a basic frame. This is a really big building. And then we're gonna right, so if I grab another one of those. And then maybe I don't normally build in 4-meter chunks, but I'm going for it. It's an interesting building into 4-meter blocks rather than building in sort of smaller 1 thickness, 2 thickness, you know, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm used to.
I mean, we don't normally do that, do it? It's all new.
It is. It's all to be on the new side. I'm just. Going to try this out. Too thick, too narrow. Or is it? No, that'd be fine. That'd be alright. So if I grab that part from there and put the points on, so it's going to kind of reflects what we've done elsewhere for a second. Like that. And then maybe we'll take those out. Like that. And then we can go same piece again. Oh, no, we can't. Oh yeah, we can. Oh, that's weird. What have I done wrong? Oh, Christ. It's the weird way you build off walls and stuff underneath things. That's what I've got wrong. So that needs to change. Well, the step looks quite interesting. It's not right. So if I then take out that one foundational floor piece and put in a chonker, will that give the same side? It doesn't give the same side view. That's annoying. Has it got a pattern on the other side of it then? Put that back in there. Is there one with a pattern on it? Or is it?
The
No.
foundations don't have patterns on the sides.
No, some of them do, some of them don't. The half foundation does. Oh, autosave. Which is, yeah, exactly. But not on all sides.
But you can't paint a half foundation as well.
Aren't you?
So no.
Well, that's fine. The bit I'm working on right now, I don't mind whether I'm painting them or not. That's okay.
Yeah, no, I just know there's some issues people have had with them.
So, oh, in which case, because as I said, you can do half foundation with sides on. Now I know what I can do. I can use the half foundation to do the job I want. Press. There we go. It's got a different pattern though. Ah, it's got a different pattern. That's even worse. Ah, frustration is real. See, that doesn't line up, but that's okay because that's how it has to be sometimes. And then I should be able to place that on there, but of course it won't let me because it's being an idiot. That's annoying. Okay. Put a full foundation in there and there.
Right.
I'll worry about paneling it later. Now I've seen that though, it means I need to go back to the other one and maybe panel that one too. So that's quite smart. I don't mind that. That's pretty good. Get rid of these walls because we don't need those where we're going. One of those like that. Oh no. No, not that one. Cool. That's all right. Let's do that. If I did that, that would look weird, so I'm not going to do that. I'll leave that alone for the minute. Let's grab that. Have a look. And of course, that's at a different height. Why wouldn't it be, eh? Why wouldn't it be a different height?
Okay.
How you getting on?
I'm getting on all right. I've extended the base of this top bit a bit, and I'm making a little structure in the middle, which, with any luck, will look a bit pagoda-y again.
Excellent.
Where we're going.
The pagoda, it would appear, it is the direction in which we are travelling.
Tonight is the night of the pagodas, which...
We've almost become Ari. There's a bit of pagoda. Ari is Mr. Pagoda Minecraft man.
There's a little bit of that in there, isn't there? It's a little bit of...
Who's that? Okay.
There's a little bit of Ari. Little bit of Ari, you know.
Ooh, okay.
That one. There. That one. I like that one.
Want that one? Don't like it.
Don't like it. Don't like it. It's like a lot of things. That can be a question, a statement. It could be all sorts of stuff. Right. And then I'll put those in there. I don't really need to put those in there actually. Let's take those out for now. I'm actually gonna... Yeah, let's put a foundation underneath all that stuff. Let's grab that. So there, for bare minimum.
Okay.
I wonder if bare minimum is the child of Bear Grylls.
Dear.
Sorry. That was bad.
Yes, it was.
See, we've got consensus on stream for once.
Just ask the bot for a joke.
Oh God. What we got, Mistress?
Hmm?
What does the bot say?
What does the bot say? I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something.
Oh. Hey. I quite like how bad that is.
They're not wrong. They're not wrong.
Well. Now, I suppose the next question for me is if I then. Could that be a hole? No, because that's the way. Right, okay. Let me go down one further, I suppose. That would mean...
Oh, you evil bastards.
Yeah, I've run into a bit of a problem. Probably not for the same thing, but you know.
No, it's a spacing issue there.
I do that. Then take that. Yeah, that would work. So I can take it down one lower, which means I can then grab that. Place these two with... no. Oh no, it would be like that. Oh, okay. By the way, thank you previously for placing power underneath the building.
You see, times like now you need it.
Times like these. Sorry. You learn to live again.
That's true.
So that... I'll worry about the other bit in a minute. That's actually technically going to end up in the same spot. But it's going to be slightly deeper this time. Okay, that'll kind of work, I think. If I grab that... Put that the wrong way around, that was clever. And that one there. I've just placed something inside something else. I always love it when I do that. You rush to press something, you briefly move your mouse over a millimetre and suddenly it appears
somewhere else. Yeah.
Oh,
Been
it's
there.
so fun. Let's have that one, please. Glorious. There's that. Alright, those match now. I'll worry about the cross piece in a second. Let's there is one problem with where I'm putting these at the moment. Yeah, there's a road in the way. Bugger. Oh, but that gives me an opportunity, actually. That gives me an opportunity. I'm going to take the opportunity and run with it. Let's see what I can do. Right. Let's just run it all the way down for a second, like that. Ooh. Okay. Alright, that is going to be interesting to solve.
Yes, very much that. That's the exact problem that I have.
Yeah, we didn't pay attention to the floor. That's fine. But that's okay. I'm up for the challenge.
I have a roof that is now hovering above the pillars I put in.
I'm going to come up and see you, and then I'm going to go get some concrete because I actually ran out for once. Right. Where are you? At the front, top, middle? You up top?
I'm right at the top. Right at the top.
Let's have a look. How are we getting on? Ooh, it's got legs.
It's got legs. But the legs don't attach to the roof because that would be too easy.
You can either do beams or can't you rotate these things? Oh no, you can only do it if they're attached a certain way. You could use beams though, yeah, and then, or yeah, you could floor the roof.
Floor the roof.
Work as long as it doesn't poke
That'll
through. You
work.
good? Are you back? No, are you back? Must head.
A great success.
It is. Everything we ever do. Sorry. I forgot what the buttons had on them. You can't
I'm
exactly
doing
label
this,
buttons.
and I'm not. I can't floor the roof because it's sticking out through the roof.
I was about to say I'm worried that was going to be the case. I'll take 1, 2, 3 for fabulous. I'll take 6. Screw it. Sort. Do I have enough iron plates? No, I'm running out of iron plates as well. Have I got them in? Have we got them in this place yet? I don't know if we can even route those across. Oh, we have. Excellent.
You know what I'm going to be looking forward to is that thing where you can select a material and just delete that material.
Oh, the whole material.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, it's already in the game. They've just moved it.
Is it? I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I had no
So
idea.
it's on mouse button 4. You have to hold down mouse button 4
I don't need that.
if you
many of
have a
those.
mouse button 4.
Problem is,
You don't have a mouse button for.
my mouse button 4 is now something else, and I don't know what I'll keep. I've bound mouse button 4
what
to.
you might lose.
Yeah.
Grab.
Yeah, you can change it in the
Right,
settings
right.
as well.
Cool. Right, back we go.
Be a keyboard key or something.
Oh, that's another problem as well, Mr. S.
Yeah.
From a distance, and it may just be me, but your legs and your roof don't line up at both ends.
No, they don't. That's
All right.
that's not just you. That's because that's our build. That's the fact that we've got this really weird. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't like modern days. No,
Yeah. You can line that up. Well, the top, what you've got, the one nearest the road is above the floor square, and the one on the other end doesn't reach out. Doesn't reach.
the
Oh, is that
one
because
nearest the road is above the floor square.
So yeah, you know where you got the angle on the bottom? You put the concrete angles.
Yes.
It lines up beautifully with the inner corner, the smaller dimension, and the back one doesn't. I don't know why.
Yeah, because it wasn't the machines weren't symmetrical in the first place.
Oh. Well, that's weird. Oh, because they go back different distances, don't they?
Yeah.
But why doesn't the roof? Oh, because they're. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, fucking hell, really?
Yeah. It's a compromise.
You know what you might be able to do? I don't know
Well-
if you can do this. I'm gonna double check. You mind me? You can get away with You can get away with overlaps of the walls. Can you do it with roofs?
I don't know actually.
You can sneaky beaky do half. If you start, so for example, my meaning by that is you could start square at both ends and see how they meet up in the middle. If you see what I mean.
That's
So-
easier said than done because
Oh yeah, of course.
you can't
Everything.
easily start square at the ends
Ah, right, okay.
because
Wow, I just
the-
thought
those roofs will hover over the
everything.
things.
Troubled water.
Yes, like a bitch over troubled
Like
water.
oh,
I don't know. Yeah.
Right, down to there. Down
Right.
there,
Let's see if I can get some
there.
windows in here that look a bit pagodery. Might choose something different this time.
That's all right. Whatever fits the style you're currently working on.
Because we've done orange a bit, which is fine. I like orange. Orange is good.
Orange is fine. It's consistent.
But orange is not the only fruit.
Oh, thank God for that. Like that. And then if I go to... Ooh. Where we go. Like that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do the same here as I did last time.
Oh, he's gone for it again. Oh, Sully's turn up this time. Good evening, Sully.
How you doing?
Hor hor. How are you, mate? How was your weekend? Autosave in 9. There we go. Hello, friend. Shame. We have a shame? Do we have shame?
No, I don't think we've ever had any shame.
No.
That's why we come here every week.
Do we have to get the shame sound effect from Game of Thrones? Is that what you suggested?
I think that's what
Yes.
it was. But you can play that video.
Ah, okay. All right.
Back when we could
See,
play video.
That's the next thing. Is we've got sound
Yeah, I need to work
effects.
that out. How you doing,
The
mate? You
next thing is to have a sound effect which triggers a video playing on our streams.
Well, yeah, we started on working on our stream overlay, didn't we? It just
We did.
displayed text.
We did. But
all right? Aha. Oh, hello. A
Hello.
few medium-sized ones tonight. He's got the full one.
he's got a full one. Yeah.
Full-sized hole. Congrats. GG.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, what I was going to say is you could then charge people bits,
Yeah.
and if they spend enough bits, they get the video to play.
That'd be cool. Of course, you'd actually have to have Twitch being, or
You'd
sorry,
ha-
copyright laws changing slightly with that one.
You'd have to work on stuff as well, which isn't something that we always do.
Well, I mean, don't push it too far, you know, obviously. Let's have a look. Am I going to stage this? It'd be quite nice. If I put it out one more, like that. Maybe do that with it? Will that work? And then maybe grab that. Is that obscenely structural? Is that too much? Have I gone too far? Actually, I quite like that. I just need to get the floor done right.
I've gone to try and find silica. We got silica stored somewhere.
No, there's no silica storage. You have to go and nick out the machines that are
Right.
not far off the road, near the base.
Is the silica not stored up in that top silica factory anymore?
There's some in there that's backed up. I think you can probably get some. I think there's a backup.
Right, delete
Backup? I need to structure that better, so I'm going to delete that a second. Get rid of that.
Ah, yeah, the bigger pagoda is looking good from a distance.
Excellent. From a distance. Sorry. I want to kind of cut out this slightly, you know. I wonder if there are other parts, aren't there? There are other bits that, so we can allow a vehicle to get through potentially. Might take away from the overall look. We'll have a look and see what I can find in this lot. Oh, we could use those. They might work. Actually, they're wrong. Ooh, no, they're bigger. They're even bigger. Wow, okay. No, that doesn't work. We might use those later. Did we get up to anything good at the weekend? Did we do anything cool? Maybe in chat?
I've been working on a Lego animation all weekend.
I want to believe you said Lego, but I know you didn't.
No, I didn't. Yeah. It's been quite good, though. It's the first time I've used DaVinci Resolve to do anything which isn't video. That's,
Oh, yes. Well, it was Lemmy you've been doing some work on that because
Yeah.
she was reading things you didn't look at.
and it's annoying the hell out of me at the moment because of reasons. Because I can't track the thing that I want to track.
Yep.
And I don't know why I can't track it, and I'm not competent
work
enough
out,
to
yeah.
understand why how to troubleshoot. That's why.
That's fair enough. Happens that way sometimes. I want to match it with that. Oh, yeah, small glitch.
What's got in there then?
Don't fall in the hole with him. There's not enough power around to resolve that issue if you fall in the hole. So what we're going to do is pop a fat foundation down there. Another one there. Like that.
So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun learning how to use DaVinci's node-based editing, which I've never done before.
Node's interesting.
Mm.
It is really interesting. I do like it. Yeah, it takes a bit of getting your head around, but structurally it works really well.
The thing that I'm struggling with more than anything is I'm so used to timeline editing.
Yeah.
That I'm loading an object in, and then I'm going, okay, well, how do I get this to start at this point? And you have to kind of not think like that.
Yeah.
You have to kind of
If you
think.
train yourself one way, it becomes a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Like what we do things, isn't it? A bit of a challenge.
Or I need this to appear here. Well, the quickest and easiest way of doing that is to change its opacity. But you wouldn't think about that, because if you're doing timeline-based editing, you'd think, oh, well, I delete it from this point onwards, but you don't do that with Node.
That's wise. So I'm realizing something I've done will not work a certain way because of what I've done. It's fine. Not a disaster, it's just different. Bit there. And round we go. I'm in a... I think this might be a bit too big, but that's okay. Not happy with that. Don't mind that doing it though. I can always rebuild that later. And as for this one up here, oh. Do this. So I'll check one thing. I've gone full width on that, haven't I? So.
There's a good sign there, which is very important on a day like today. Stay hydrated.
Yep, absolutely right. Stay hydrated, drink beer. No, that's not right.
Good to stay hydrangea. That's...
Well, you got to watch out. Who was the hydrangea? I mean...
The hydrangea was...
The hydrangea, yeah. Oh, can I get it in there? Come on. That's not a phrase I thought I'd say today.
A park warden that's taken too many shrooms.
Probably is.
Just seen our Discord and somebody's posted a picture for a beer. From Aldi.
Right.
Yorkshire pudding beer.
Oh no, really?
They've used Yorkshire pudding to make the beer.
They've got no shame. They've got absolutely no shame. Some people,
But
it's
Yorkshire
terrible.
pudding's just
Oh, what's that doing then?
flour
On the
and
plus
water,
side.
right?
Yeah.
On the plus side, it could be batter.
Oh no! You went there.
I did. Somebody had to.
No, I
that's
liked it. That was a good one.
It was a good one. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Absolutely right.
Not actual money, just really big bucks.
Huge ones.
Huge, yes.
Just huge. Right.
The High Ranger.
Now let's solve the problem that I've got with this, which looks ugly. Got some ugliness I need to deal with, which we can do like this.
No, what did they do that for? Oh dear.
Oh no. Oh, balls. Oh, not again.
I did it up there as well. I think
Actually, I'm going to go with that because that works all right.
it's better. Does that look better? No, it doesn't look better. It just looks different. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, different
Yes.
can be good.
Different can be good.
Kind of works. Sort. Coulda, woulda, shoulda in some situations, and I'm just going to case the outer wall like that. Gives it a deliberate 3D-ness.
I'm just going to case the joint.
I have indeed cased or encased the joints. That is exactly what I've done. It's very difficult to smoke at that point, but you know. That'll do for now. I'm not overly happy with those feet. That's not too bad. They're not quite the same as the other ones. The other one went substantially. In fact, I want to go with one wider and see if I can get away with it. See if it will work for moi. Grab that. And then do one of those, like that. Oops. And then we'll try that one. And nope. Like that. And now the fun begins, because there is no triangle corner. Very annoying.
And yet, Triangle Corner would be a great name for an ice cream or a punk band.
Yeah, I'm absolutely right. I think a triangle corner is also Mr. Kipling's cake of some form.
If it isn't, it should be.
Absolutely right. Right, there's that one.
No, you're right. There isn't a Triangle Corner, is there?
It's really, really frustrating.
It is annoying.
It
That is
is,
what it is.
as you say, somewhat. What? It makes me somewhat irritable. It's like they've missed it on purpose. Maybe that's Jace's parting gift. When he leaves, he can introduce that one foundation piece.
Well, that was potentially his last video that just went up.
Yeah.
That's true. End of the month, isn't it? Oh no, I thought you finished the end of the month. Or maybe it's mid-month, I don't know.
Do you not watch the very end of this week, Friday's video?
I haven't seen it yet.
Ah.
Yes. I need to watch that then.
You have to watch to the very, very end, because he comes back
Ah! Okay.
at the very end to say, this is probably my last video.
That's well, like everything with
So I think
copy
it's
stain,
their-
it's precise.
Oh, talking of Satisfactory, I've just opened up the Discord. Patch notes.
Oh!
Oh,
They fixed the railway hypertubes and pipelines visually having the incorrect rotation. Yes. Seen a lot
Excellent.
of pictures of that.
Well, yeah, that's fair enough. I'll change that around. The way it's going to look slightly different. Okay, just change it around this one bit because. Oh, is that crap down there? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll never go down there anyway.
One thing I have seen someone put on Reddit,
Yeah.
apparently they fixed it, so when you're in a hypertube,
Uh huh.
your equipment actually looks like it's attached to you.
Oh, just floating.
fine.
Right, okay. I think I got overkill on that 1 foot.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Just because I can't not go overkill on that 1 foot. That's really annoying. Balls. Unless we can use that piece to do a similar job. No, that's crap. I liked Jace's pixel art of Snut the dog. That was cool. I think on this one actually we're going to just trim it down. Screw it. No, don't like any of that. It doesn't look balanced.
I liked the body pillow.
The body pillows were exceptional. I mean, If you're sure, if you don't have a direct access to your own
Jace.
your own Jace or Snut, if you need your Satisfactory community manager with you at all times, there
Okay,
are
you've
optional
got an
body
option.
pillows. Yes.
I'm
gonna
still
go here.
disappointed that they hadn't put a thing out called "Sit on My Jace."
I know. That's
That
just
should have happened. I don't know
opportunity
why.
missed.
Yeah.
And tell me that you, well, yeah. Oh, autosave. I want to say you can do it. Bring it on. There it is. Right. I'm just going to modify that belt system ever so slightly. So I'm just going to reach. If I go there, we'll go all the way around. Damn it, not quite. That's annoying. That's amore.
But yeah, lights haven't been fixed yet.
Oh.
It's still on the known issues list.
Oh, right, okay. That kind of makes sense.
As long as it is a known issue, that's fine.
More around the corner here. There it is. And grab that.
I like the way they've still copy and pasted the known issues from the last bug. It says, the cinematic was removed in yesterday's patch.
Ah.
Removed a little while longer than yesterday.
Grab that. Oh, I can't do that. What?
Wait, what?
It's alright, don't worry.
No, I've done something wrong.
You've done something wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
But it sounds like Jace is just working up to the vacation time and then leaving that.
It might be, yeah.
That makes sense. Well, good luck to him, wherever he goes.
Well, he started a Twitch channel, hasn't he?
Oh, is that where he is?
He started his own Twitch channel, and he's already got partners on that, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I saw
Yes,
that.
he got so many people.
Was it
Well,
YouTube that he started? I can't remember.
YouTube.
No, it's
YouTube's
I'm
what
sure
he's
it's
doing as
Twitch.
well. He's doing both.
He's had Twitch for a while actually, but
Yeah.
yeah, YouTube was the one that he started.
Right, I'm going to climb above the streets and houses. Rainbow flying high. Let's find the pagoda in the sky.
Paint the whole world with a rainbow.
Or a pagoda. Oh, you've run into the same comedy issue that I
Oh yeah,
noticed.
exactly the same. I think
Because
as
you've
you were
got a
saying it, I
thickness.
was putting it in as well.
Because technically, the two
Yeah.
foundations can touch each other. But because we've got an extra foundation between them, betwixt them, it becomes a real problem.
It does.
It's like, how the you deal with that?
Nobody's
This-
thought of that before. Nobody's had to think of it before.
Well, I think devs haven't thought of it, but it is a bit frustrating. I think people would probably end up putting a. Well, in fact, that wouldn't work either.
But
You couldn't
no,
put a wall
there
height
isn't
in.
anything you can put in there.
There's nothing in the game that will work in that space.
Nope.
Still, you've done it. It looks cool. I'm fine with that.
Electric Callboy are releasing a new song tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
I now don't know what to do for the next thing down.
What
Okay,
virus?
Well, Electrica, what's the basic subject matter?
They are doing a
Oh.
cover of Every Time We Touch.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
I think you might have to go for asymmetry on this one, Mr. Ross.
Alright.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'd go asymmetrical. You've got the slope on the road side,
Yep.
but delete the slope on the non-road side. And actually, that will help with that weird point. So keep the sides, but the back edge where the conveyor belts are going to come out the back, box them in. Maybe put a window in there. I don't know, but that would certainly
Or
work.
I could just have a gap.
Well, it can come out a hole if you want.
It doesn't actually look too bad.
No, it's not that. It's just that once you put more in, it will stand out. Because with the gap. Oh, that's fine. That works.
It's not bad. And
You
yeah.
can put a light in there. We could put an LED in there.
Ooh, you could put a light in there.
I'm going to see if there's a sign that will go in there and rotate. Can we put a 4-meter sign in that? Oh, 4 meters is not enough. Wow.
It's a big gap.
Yeah, but the 16-meter sign is a little bit overkill.
I would imagine it would be. Do you have a couple of signs, perhaps?
Ooh. Display signs. Well, you have to put it against something, so that you can't actually let. Oh.
Wow, that's a shame.
Doesn't. Yeah, I don't know how you'd make that work. I need to go and experiment with more lighting.
You would
solutions.
have to build something.
You could turn that around through 45 degrees, not 90 degrees. Floor is too steep. I didn't. Grr. Anyway, I think I've done the feat for this one, sort of. I don't know. Can you have a quick look and confirm or deny whether they need modifying? Right, I'll do a cutout in one of them to make the road work.
Quickest way to get down to the bottom is falling off.
Yeah, it is. Just switch your jetpack off, or you're flying back.
Oh, you've got a little cutout. Is that for the road?
It's not a notch for the road, so you can still drive down.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
It makes sense. It doesn't quite work. It does compromise the structural rigidity slightly.
Again, you could do with a.
I might do a prop on
rounded
over the
bit underneath, couldn't you?
leg.
Yeah, you
Go
could
for
do
a third leg.
You know what would be really cool?
What's that?
There is a massive chasm down here. Is if you could go all the way down, sort of blend it into the chasm walls.
If you go into creative mode in update 8, you can fly anywhere, can't you?
You can.
So you could fly as far down as you could go if you wanted to. Yeah, but I'd like to blend into chasm walls. But there's not enough power down there for me to risk it.
No.
I will do it. I can blend that underneath, but right now I'm not comfortable doing that. Yeah.
I'd do anything for Satisfactory, but I won't do that.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I've got an idea. I know how to make that work, and it'll look cool. All right, I've got another idea, a very quick one. I know what to do with this. Yeah.
I haven't got a
It'll
very quick idea at all. I think this bottom one is just going to be glass. I think because it kind of feels right.
Feels glassy, does it?
The bottom one feels a bit glassy.
Got an idea.
Sort of a mixture between glass and clay. It's a glassy clay.
Glassy, right? Okay.
That's a bad joke. That's a really bad joke.
You had to work up to that one.
Yeah.
That was. Okay. I was put in the wrong place, but that's all right. What did we watch at the weekend? We watched more of Silo, enjoyed that, but also watch a film. I was going to watch Black Adam. I have to admit, I did ponder that, but I'm not prepared to spend two quid in it yet.
£2 on it? What? Why?
It's not free yet anywhere. Would you believe?
Well, Black
Been out
Adder.
for flipping ages. Yeah.
The Blackadder.
Adam.
Oh, Black Adam. Sorry.
Yeah, it's that one.
That would have been a great film with Rowan Atkinson.
That would be weird. I'm not quite sure how that would pan out, to be fair.
I've still not seen Shazam.
The new one? No, I haven't seen the new one.
Fury
either.
of the Gods.
That's on a different... Oh my god, that's on a different bloody grid. Right, don't look, Vim. Don't look. Just don't look.
Oh.
I didn't know. It's on the old ground floor grid. No, I don't know what grid that's on actually. That's not even.
It's not even on a grid.
Oh no, it's thing is, I've only just noticed, and it's that close. That's the thing. It's so close. But just sort this out. Am I going to sort this out? Yeah, fuck it, why not? Oh god damn it, my bag's full. What's it full of? Oh, I picked up a random dead thing earlier. That didn't help.
This is in real life, not the game.
Yeah. Let's take all those. No, not escape from that. Right. So now we're going to delete that. I'm going to do a... Ooh, I'm going to do this. Just do that. Just a big chunk all the way across. That works. Oh. No, it didn't need that one on the end. Okay, cool. Gone too far.
He's gone too far.
I did go too far. I pulled myself back from the brink. It's alright.
He's pulled himself off, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a horrendous rumour. Okay, that. Let's just nuke that back to there, I think. And then gonna do. Hey. I'm gonna run.
Oh, bum. Oh well, best laid plans and all that.
Really? That bad?
Yeah, that's quite. I still do one thing at one end, but that just didn't work out the way I was expecting it to.
Ah. I hear bad things around. I can't see where the bad thing is to shoot at. Damn it. You, come here. Lovely, there we go. Oh, something else. I don't want to pick up leaves, I want to pick up random crap off the floor. Where's the bad dude? Is he underneath this? Oh. Oh. Oh, medium-sized hole.
Nearly.
Can I get to that? No. I want that, thank you very much. Lovely. How you doing, CJ?
Okay, right, there's that. That's good. Like that. That's going well. You know what this reminds me of?
No. What does it
Halfords.
Halfords?
Yeah.
Oh, because of the orange.
Because the orange and glass, basically.
Nice. I've altered the underside.
Okay. Come down a little.
Yeah, it's slightly different.
Oh, hello.
I'll give it legs.
You have.
You could drive through
I
that.
like that, though. Yeah, you could drive through that, definitely.
It's more obviously structural.
That's all right.
It kind of works.
I do like it, actually. I like the bits that you've got here.
I'm just debating. I just concreted the entire bridge. I may as well. I might turn that back into steel. I don't know. It kind of fits with concrete, but
It works quite well, so I wouldn't worry about it.
it blends two things. We'll leave it another day, another dollar. Besides, we've got another factory directly above it to deal with.
Yes.
Once this one's complete. Now, we go. Oh, there's more glass. No, it was last year. There was less glass.
There is more glass, and I'm going to replicate this glass.
Okay.
For the front wall.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Now I want to do something else.
On the back wall. On the sides.
On the sides, yeah.
Okay. I shall begin work on the foot of the next building.
Okay.
Although I must admit, what I haven't done is looked at the kind of gantries between buildings, which I said I was going to do. I didn't do. So I'll have a quick look at that now. Oh, autosave. There's one here that I think I can
really
fix.
autosave already?
It is an autosave already, yes.
Gosh.
Blimey.
Cool, blimey, DM.
I don't know what's going on. Right, because I reckon in here, that needs... I can move that inside, can't I? Yeah, I can move that inside. There is no reason for that to be that way. So let's delete that. Box behind, of course. Amazing. God damn it. And leave a box behind there as well. Of course I did. I don't need that. Don't get any wood. No wood. Nothing of... Yeah, I can get the wood. Okay. There we go. Lovely. Right. They're going the other way, so let's just turn that around. Like that. Lovely, that tidies that mess up. Cool. So we've got those, we haven't done much with them. Other than that, okay. Ooh. Weird opportunity time. We can do architecture, glass, 4-foot angle glass. How about 2-foot angle glass? That's quite interesting. We can do that, and then do up one, no, down one. All right, and then do another one like that. But then, could you actually put glass walls on that? Would that work? Don't think it will. Oh, what? They're under architecture glass walls now, are they?
No, they should be under walls. Yeah, still under walls.
Section. Ah, they're under
windows.
They're under windows.
Hmm.
Damn. Hmm. It kind of... That's going to look really weird, isn't it? If I do it like this, it's going to look really weird. I put single pane wall in. Why won't you zoom? Don't zoom. I want to zoom down, not up. God damn it. Right. Sometimes you just have to place a foundation to make things work.
This is true. Sometimes, even if you place foundations, it doesn't work.
No. That is a familiar feeling. that look really weird? It sort of does look really weird. Damn. I was hoping that would look cool, but it doesn't. That's, yeah, I've gone particularly bizarre. Does that? Yeah. Maybe not. Oh. That's annoying. Okay. Yeah. All right. It does stink. Yes. I assume that's the skunk. Is that a skunk, CJ? Is that a skunk? That's a bounce. It looks like a skunk. I'll take it as a skunk for now. You dissing my stuff. Yes. I get it. Purple Amaryllis is in chat. Good evening. How are you? Hope you're doing good.
Hello there. How are you?
Yes.
Okay, so that's that, which makes sense for that. Now we need to make that look meaningful.
How is yay? Let's pop that in. That won't work because we do that in the wrong angle, which means it's got to be that one. You're good. Glad to hear it. How was your Monday? Mondays are... Well, they're Mondays, aren't they?
I don't like Mondays.
Tell me why.
There you go.
Sorry.
No, that was the joke.
Thank you. Did you do that on purpose?
I did.
Thank you. That is really aging us really badly here, dude. That really did just age us.
It really does, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh God.
I'm not apologising for being aged there, but
I mean, even if you know the reference, a lot of people won't know the band.
No, that's true. I bet Amaryllis does. Oh God, she's moving towards us. No, we can't have that. That's fine. That's good. That's excellent.
Where is a neighbourhood near us? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. Is that a thing that we can? There's well. Oh, you've seen them live. Oh, there you go. Amaryllis knows not only knows a reference, but aces us by actually having seen them live. That's way ahead of the game. That is.
I haven't seen them live, but I've seen them recorded live.
Yes.
There's actually a really nice recording of just Bob Geldof and a piano, which was on the Secret Policeman's Ball DVDs. And Secret Policeman's Ball was like comic relief for Amnesty International. And you think, oh great, it's a comedy show. But they've got some really, really good music, sort of 80s music on there as well. So there's...
Hold on a second. You said really good music and 80s music. I like that. That's clever.
Well, you know, really, really good 80s music. There's the people like the Sting on there and Joan Armour Trading, and it's stuff that you don't actually hear very much. You know, when people go, oh, it's 80s music, we like this. We like Tears for Fears and Duran Duran.
There's a festival down south that we danced at. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, that's a slightly bizarre connection. I'll give you that. I've made a connection between the first two buildings for the yeah. I'll take opinions on that one. I quite like it. It's quirky. I was glad. I knew you mentioned you were talking about changing house, moving house, and the rest of it. So I'm assuming it's going ahead. That sounds cool. That is excellent, sir. Okay. How are we getting into this one? Oh, there's holes at the front of it. Cool. That's right.
Yeah, I am making sure we've got enough place to get in.
That's fine. I'm going to put a little bit of... I'm going to save our blushes slightly.
That just doesn't work.
And neither does that I just built. That doesn't blend at all well. I'll see. Yep, just waiting for the final paperwork to go through. Ooh, are you renting or
Oh,
have you
wow.
purchased? Have you gone the whole hog? Or are you just hop, skipping and jumping around? Renting. I had to ask. You never know. You know, I'm not taking a mick. This is not exactly the greatest market in the world to be purchasing, it has to be said. It's not the worst, though. At least you actually have time to look at the houses before they get sold.
It's not the worst.
There is element of comedy and all that stuff. No, I'll put it back again. I don't like the blending, but we'll go with it. It'll be fine. That'll do for now. Right. So that's coming on. Oh, there's beams and everything now. Oh, I see.
It's not as good as I would want it to be, but it's. I don't.
I know
actually,
I get the idea, though. I quite like the idea.
Maybe I should continue that round instead of trying to attach it to that pillar.
I mean, you could put the if you'd done it halfway along. Oh, a second. There's we do the giant beam connector, and then rotate it through 90 degrees like that. How's that? That kind of works.
That's kind of working for me.
Is that all right? Sorry, you're doing something else.
I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea what you're doing. Sorry. I'll go and have a look.
You know what you could do? I'm just thinking.
I actually don't need that at all. I think that the
you right?
one on the corner is going to be
enough. Do you need the beam at all? It's both, yeah.
I like the beam. It's not doing
beam. I mean
yeah,
I don't mean. Yeah. That's cool. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Go down here. Although we are running low on time.
And low on the causes of time.
The cause of time. I did see somebody make the statement the other day that the latest telescope is, the old Into the Universe telescope, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Has disproved time. I'm like, what?
What?
Hey, how's that work? Is that stepped in by one? Oh, it is.
Gotta go and get some.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I'm going to use that.
Well, what's that?
Have
we already done something which fits the build?
No. So underneath this next building,
yeah,
one of the import-output holes has been stepped in by one.
Oh right,
rather than being on the bluff, rather than being on the bluff outside edge.
Right.
I am going to utilise that like you would not believe.
Okay.
Well, no, you would believe because it's me.
You probably would because it's a very limited game, really.
It is. From that point of view, maybe you would believe.
From a design point of view.
Yeah, I mean, not going to go whole hog here, but I suggest you may believe what I'm about to do. Denying it would not be appropriate. Do I have any bank space to do this? That's the question. Of course not. Oh no, I do actually. I can. He said out loud. Yes, that worked. Get rid of that and that.
I'm getting through the silica at the moment as well. So.
Oh really? Oh, what for the windows? Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the windows and yeah.
Burning through silica like you would not believe. Stop using that phrase, Vim.
Like you would not believe.
I don't know what you mean.
This is going to be a thing now, isn't it?
Nobody knows. Let me know why. Now, yeah, just have a random set of things going. Let me grab an upside down.
There we go.
Ramp.
You know what? Happy. From behind, actually, that looks.
Careful! That's not a sentence you want to be too willy-nilly with.
I don't want to be willy with that nilly at all.
No.
I'm not keen on these beams.
Okay. Yeah, I have to
from a distance, it looks wrong.
Yeah, I understand that. Random, yes, random. To be honest, this time of night, on a Monday, you can never guarantee your brain's going to be pointing in the correct direction.
That's true. To be fair, I'm like that on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as well.
Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that why you don't like Mondays?
That's yeah, exactly. I want to shoot the whole day down.
Hey. Oh, go down to there. Get a basic structure going, and then I'll worry about that next time. Oh, we're good. We're over the ground. We're over the grass. That's fantastic news.
You know what?
Was it manic? Well, I've heard rumours.
You know what?
What do I need to know?
I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Exposed to the world.
Exposed is quite cool.
No rhyme or reason. It just I kind of think it works better than having a line running through it if you're a bit further off.
Yeah.
And the whole kind of pagoda nature of it is working quite well for me.
I'll wait for the autosave to finish, then I'll come and look. And I will judge myself for what I'm about to do.
Oh, and I just realised between... Wow.
Yeah,
I was going to say, what time are you playing till tonight?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't realise how long... I was absorbed in design mode.
This is good. Design mode's fun. I like being in design mode. We don't do it very often.
That's true. That's very true.
Going to quickly place something here to give me a base to work on from... No, that one to there. Lovely. And...
Pagoda, is that a posh gazebo? Says Amaryllis. Yeah.
Well,
the only problem with a pagoda is that once you've got one, you want another one 10 minutes later.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I had another idea. Come back to that another time. Right. Come up the top and have a look. I like the kind of idea that it's got a downstairs and upstairs, and then the middle is open.
Yeah. Yeah, I quite
work.
like it. Now that I'm seeing it, I quite like it.
It does work. And you've still got the pillars in to hold up the other bits.
It's not symmetrical. This is one of the few buildings that we've got that just aren't symmetrical, but I don't think it matters.
No, non-symmetrical is kind of nice because it gives you a variety, a bit of flavour.
Yeah.
And you can still find symmetry in things. I also like the fact that the beam joints match the windows. So it kind of looks like it's deliberate.
Yes.
I like that. The whole point is to make it look deliberate, isn't it? Really?
Yes, well, that's the thing, isn't it? As long as it looks deliberate.
Like planned. Right.
Come on, give me some power. Oh, we've still got two buildings to do on this as well, so that's...
I know, we've got a bit of way to... But we did spend about an hour doing...
Talking
we need to actually spend some time
maths.
away from the stream doing calculations.
Really, yes, we should, but that's just not going to happen, is it?
If you want to sort out the plastic, we can sort that. It's going to be a massive build.
Well, that's good. We like massive builds.
It'll be away from here as well. Then we'll have to sort out getting it all back.
With that?
It's not the worst idea.
Mr. S,
Yes.
I am quite pleased with the way these builds have come out.
I think they've come out quite well. I'm liking the orange. It's nice to go back to orange again after lots of time playing with concrete and steel and yeah.
It's got a nice look to it, and it's deliberate. I like deliberate.
Yes.
Don't fall off him.
Yes,
So I just fell off the edge there.
Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you everybody who's come along. We will be back tomorrow night from 7 o'clock with some. Well, probably with no camera again, but with some Minecraft, where we're going to be, likely sitting around waiting for things to happen.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. Minecraft's going to be a bit weird tomorrow. It's going to be different.
It is. So we will, I'm sure, find things to do. And then, yeah.
Well, things will be even longer. We've narrowed ourselves down to a minimum quantity of quests that require vast amounts of time to make things happen.
It's a case of optimize. We're at the same stage for it with Satisfactory.
Yeah.
Look at what's going slow and improve.
And then optimize it.
Yeah, it's like speeds it up.
It's like killing the silverfish last week. What we should have done is automate it and let it sit waiting, but that's not very good on stream, so we killed it instead, and it's worked better for us because we've got all the hearts we need. We've completed that section.
Lots of tinkering, exactly right. That'll be 7 o'clock UK time tomorrow.
7 o'clock UK time tomorrow.
We'll be back there.
Do come and join us then. And yes,
thank you for being here.
Thanks for coming along. It's been a lovely evening, as it usually is. Actually, we have some nice stream nights.
We do.
And I think we're all a bit tired, and it's definitely hot.
Yeah, sorry
the
about that.
fan helped enormously tonight, I have to admit.
Did it?
Yeah.
Are
I
you
was nearly
melting
dropping
less?
asleep last week, sorry.
I hope you all
and
survive the heat
that's
if you
before
are
it got
getting
really
it.
hot. Yeah. But yes.
I'm going to get my dessert now. I
been
fancy
great.
some dessert.
I think I could just have some dessert as well. That's yes, a mere trifle. Anyway, we'll see you all tomorrow night. Thanks ever so much for coming along. Goodbye, good luck, and may your gods go with you. Bye, everybody.
Good night, all.
Good night.